night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause I'm there for you too.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm jealous knowing we found something so loud of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground when you say you left.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE, and unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is quite painful.
All right, thank you, Craig.
Wait for me, I'll be
law. Nowhere in nature or in a controlled environment can we ever produce a volume outside of containment.
What's that?
Has gas been seen or
what's that, brother?
Now let me see you drop it to the floor. Esta es una historia triste la que le voy a contar. Una historia triste la que le voy a contar. No tiene doble sentido, no vaya.
I'm done, you know, pushing up my buttons.
Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana, banana, banana.
I remember when I lost my mind.
Well, I'll tell you what, that thing's still whistling as tight as it always does, isn't it? Huh? That's right. We got the fart girl on here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul, Unchained Mind, where we are coming to you live with Janusz, the God-loving anarchist.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me properly because I am sitting on the mic.
We hear you, sir. We hear you. Is it like you're a little bit far from the mic? Is it a different mic or something? Or
yeah, I'm in Poland now on my holidays, so on Christmas. So I have
right.
different setup over here.
There you go. There you go. Well, we got a lot of good people up here tonight. Look at you over here. We got Gordzilla, Heron Song, Horse Sheets here. We've got let's see who else we got. Graham 9. Okay. Save us from this insanity. You got to save yourself, honey. I'm just going to show you what's crazy about it. And I tell you something that's good that I'm seeing is that there is really a lot of people waking up to this left-right fucking dog and pony show. I'm serious. I've run across more little feeds on X where people are going, it don't matter. We don't give a shit about this right-left stuff. Start fucking locking some people up. Don't release those files because there's Democrats on it. It's like, what? Who cares if they're Democrats? They got a fucking donkey on their shirt or an elephant. What's that matter? The dude's out there looking for other kids that look like his daughter, for crying out loud. Let's get real. What we got going on there? Wow.
What's up?
What's up, D-Man?
What's going on? I'm on my phone, so it might sound a little different. So if you have to adjust the sound, go right ahead.
Sounds like it always does.
All right, cool.
So I haven't noticed anything yet. Look, we got DJ New Moon's up in here tonight. We got Lisa Marie Tattersall. What's happening? There's my neighbor and apothecary person. What do you call a apothecary? A person that runs an apothecary. What would we call that?
Apothecarist?
Pharmacist.
A pharmacist. Okay. Well, the dope dealers have cornered that market. So we have to come up with a different name for it. It's like, yeah, they made all the herbal remedies. That's quackery. That's quackery. So we're going to synthesize this shit from oil and give it to you instead. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you, government. Thank you. That's what I was trying to tell somebody today. Is at work, and was talking about some of this shit, and one of the guys says, "Oh, it sounds like you're a liberal." I says, "Well, you have been paying attention, then, haven't you?" You know, just because I call out your pedo fucking president, you know, that you love so much, doesn't mean I'm a liberal. Okay, I told him, I said, I'm a political atheist. He goes, "Well, what's that mean?" I said, "I don't subscribe to that dumb shit."
People are just brainwashed, you know. They are just built this way because if you do not support my guy, you have to support other guy. Another
binary thinking.
Just like I always say, people think you have to go with the current or against current. No, we can go to the freaking shore. There is third option.
Or just not go anywhere at all.
Exactly.
You know,
the binary makes their day and their life. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, Janusz, just trust the plan, will you?
Yeah, just you know that's the
Right.
most dangerous ism of them all. Is
Yeah, it's Operation
statism.
Trust. Ism, yeah.
Statism.
Atheism.
Statism. Yeah.
Communism.
Yeah.
Islamism. Judaism. Catholicism. All the isms. But there is no
Communism,
Christianism.
socialism, capitalism.
Yep.
You see,
But
this
so
is yeah.
there is no Christianism.
The actual definition of ism is a distinctive practice, system, or philosophy, typically a political ideology or an artistic movement. And the little quote that they use is, he loathed isms and any form of dogma. Hi. It's like they must have known who looked it up, right? Wow. But yeah, there's more people are waking up to this left-right crazy shit. I might show this thing later. It's about 18 minutes long, but wow, is it really good? It's about Synagogue of Satan, not Hebrews, not Semitic. And this is done by a pastor, by a Christian pastor, and puts out some really good information in that short 18 minutes. So we might get into that. I will provide the link even if we don't. So that's the one. Where the fuck was I at? Here I am. Okay. But anyway, I thought this was hilarious. This was an interview with a theoretical physicist. And you guys are going to get a kick out of this because this chick cracked me up, man.
Have you heard of DNA?
Yes.
Do we all have DNA, or do some of us have D or A, but not both?
No, it's not D and A. It's 3 letters, DNA.
Can you tell by looking at me whether I have DNA?
Well, I know you have DNA because you're a living organism and all life has DNA.
My mate Paul tried to create a new life form by inserting his DNA into a grapefruit, but halfway through the experiment, the greengrocer started hitting him. Why is science so controversial?
Sorry, that question didn't follow from your story of the...
No, yeah. Shall we move on to more...
Tell me about gaslighting without telling me that.
When a human body dies, which hole does the ghost come out of, north or south?
I don't regard ghosts as a hard scientific subject, I'm afraid.
Let me tell you something. Don't dismiss it. In 2021, my Aunt Carol got engaged to a man called Bob Collins. But one day, he just vanished and cleared out a bank account. And when she looked up the name Bob Collins, she discovered he'd died in 1958. He'd been a ghost all along.
Could it not just have been someone impersonating Bob Collins?
No, there were photos of Bob Collins in 1958, and he looked totally different, which proves he disguised himself so she wouldn't know he was a ghost. You can't explain it, can you? It's terrifying.
Isn't the easier answer that he doesn't look like him because it's a different person altogether?
No, it's a ghost. Why do people say the universe came out of a big bag?
I think you mean Big Bang.
A big bag that went bang?
No, just a big bang, no bag.
Has anyone ever claimed responsibility for the Big Bang?
It just happened.
So we're no nearer finding a culprit. What's the point of atoms? Do we really need them, or could we just do without?
We do really need them because we're made of atoms. Everything in the world is made of atoms. So without them, we wouldn't be here.
Are eyes made of atoms?
Yes.
Because my mate Paul did ketamine once, and he said he started counting all the atoms in his eyes. Then he tried to eat a towel and he ended up in hospital.
Okay.
Are my feet made of atoms?
Yes. I mean, I could save you the bother by
Everything,
you say.
everything.
All stuff is made of atoms.
Are thoughts made of atoms?
Well, no, thoughts
Well, there you go then.
Okay, but thought, okay.
People worry a lot about AI. What about you?
You mean, am I worried about?
No, I mean, should they worry about you?
I hope not. I hope not. I mean, people are worried about artificial intelligence because they think maybe one day it'll replace us human beings. I'm a human being. Why should they be worried about me?
No, the letter U. They're all vowels, aren't they?
Oh,
A-I-U. What does the U in AI stand for?
There isn't a U in AI.
So it's a secret then, the computer's hidden it. Have you ever stopped to wonder about...
Man, that's ridiculous but funny, to be honest. in a strange way.
I mean, that could be an actual interview with some people that I've talked to. I swear to God. Really good. There are people that are actually literally that dumb. I've seen people on Facebook spell it out that it's in your D and A. I'm like, oh my word.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's a good one then.
Yeah, we in a lot of trouble, man. We in a lot of trouble. What's happening, Raj?
Oh, not much. How about yourself?
Oh, just living the dream, man. Just living the dream.
What's the dream?
I don't know. It's more like a nightmare, really.
Yeah.
It is. It's just the more shit I see, the more I just kind of go, man, I know I'm going to wake up in a hospital bed sometime, any minute, and I'm going to be told that I've been in a coma and I dreamed all this shit because it just can't be real. It just can't be real.
So I just wanted to let you know where all your children.
I'll start
Going.
Papa Sav. Yeah.
So I thought this was a great way to kind of put this controversial narrative into a story. This is kind of cool. You'll like this.
Goblins claim 6 million of their own perished in 5 years of war. And the truth is written by whoever controls the story afterward. The crystalline forests, the shadowed cities. The goblins built houses of earthly delights, practiced transmutation rituals. Then goblins whispered to the Red Kingdom. The Red Kingdom marched against the elves. Arnulf Hexler led the elven army. 5 brutal years of war. Millions perished. Elves and Red Kingdom soldiers. Countless civilians. The Red Kingdom won. The elves surrendered. Goblin casualties? 271,000. Then the goblins released their version of the war's history. Then came the films, the testimonies, all telling one story. Millions perished, all goblin deaths. It became the only story. The goblin leaders introduced a new term, anti-celestials, a special condemnation reserved for them. Question their expansion? You weren't cautious. You were hateful. Political power through permanent victimhood. But truth doesn't vanish just because it becomes inconvenient to remember. Historical truth scattered into 1,000 hidden fragments. The most dangerous magic isn't what changes reality. It's how we remember it.
So
I heard a similar story.
So
Yeah,
how dare you? It's antiseptic.
That's antiseptic. It is. It's terrible. It's terrible. How dare them? Well, did you see that Benjamin Netanyahu, Mr. Milikowski, is attending his 11th visit with Donald Trump? He's down at, I guess, at Mar-a-Lago.
Ooh, party time.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll be at war with Iran very shortly. That's what that signals to me.
Yeah. So is Trump going to bend the knee and do the same as with Bill Clinton, supposedly, with the Milikowski now?
Yeah. Oh, he's yeah.
he must take a towel or something, to clean his face later after that, his mouth.
Tell you what, man, that old saggy thing, I don't know what he could do anymore. But this has been being spoken about for a long time, and here's one that met his demise. You remember James Trafficant?
Yeah, the guy that wore the bad wig.
Yeah,
and they Yeah, and they framed him and put him in jail.
Uh-huh. Here's why. Watch this interview.
Israel is a democracy and is our ally.
Yes,
right?
they are.
Explain to me what you see as, why you target or why you have a grudge against the Israelis.
The grudge is not necessarily a grudge. It's an objective assessment that no one will have the courage to speak about. This may be you don't want to hear. I don't know. And I certainly don't want to hurt you on your show. You have one of the best. You're fair. But I believe that Israel has a powerful stranglehold on the American government. They control both members of the House and the Senate. They have us involved in wars of which we have little or no interest. Our children are coming back in body bags. Our nation is bankrupt over these wars. And if you open your mouth, you get targeted. And if they don't beat you at the poll, they'll put you in prison. They're controlling much of our foreign policy. They're influencing much of our domestic policy. Wolfowitz, as Undersecretary of Defense, manipulated President Bush #2 back into Iraq. They pushed definitely to try and get Bush before he left to move into Iran. We're conducting an expansionist policy of Israel, and everybody's afraid to say it. They control much of the media. They control much of the commerce of the country, and they control powerfully both bodies of the Congress. They own the Congress.
Are you an anti-Semite?
No, I'm not. That's exactly what they're going to say. We have a one-sided foreign policy in the Mideast, and we've alienated Arabs who have no way of fighting. So what they've done, and I predicted this on the House floor, is they would export violence to America, and they have. They have no other way to fight. I'm saying this to you right now. Israel gets approximately $15 billion a year from the American taxpayers. That $15 billion is $30,000 for every man, woman, and child. And people in my district are losing their pension benefits.
So then he died. It says, for those of you that are on your phone, can't read it. He passed away from injuries sustained in a tractor accident 4 days earlier on September 23rd, 2014, at his family farm in Greenford, Ohio. While driving a vintage 1943 Ford tractor into a barn, the vehicle flipped over backward and pinned him underneath. The official cause of death is determined by the Mahoning County Coroner's Office after an autopsy was positional asphyxiation. This occurred because the weight of the tractor prevented him from breathing properly, even though he had no crushing injuries, heart attack, seizure, or signs of drug or alcohol involvement.
Wow. So he was suffocated by someone else's head, I would say.
Yep. Yep.
Nothing to see here.
What is it now?
I said nothing to see here. Move along.
Oh, yeah. Nothing. Move right along. Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's called serial suicider.
And look, these people will eat their own. But here's his Matt Getz, right? And he's a former congressman, but now I'm supposed to believe that he's all calling out Israel, right? But he does anyway.
Congressman Jared Moskowitz is deeply concerned about foreign governments running influence campaigns online in the United States.
It is totally rampant, allowing foreign governments to just perpetrate these platforms, all of these bots, all of the time to weaponize Americans.
Well, that just sounds awful. We wanted to learn more about these foreign governments that Representative Moskowitz was talking about and their paid influence operations. And lo and behold, a foreign country has just signed a $45 million deal with Google to spread propaganda. It's Israel.
Propaganda, if it's coming from them, is the truth, man. And they will be our one source of truth, like in New Zealand, remember? Just in the Ardennes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the one. Oh yeah, there's a lot of good shit I got on here. So this is another one that I've been talking about. This is the people that are waking up from the left-right shit, man.
Left anymore. They're all run by the same globalists. You have to see that. You have to see that right now, right here, right now. There's no left. There's no right. There's no voting our
No
way out
shit.
of this. There's no making sure we vote for conservatism, because if we don't, the left is going to take over and it's going to get all crazy again. Do you not understand? There is no left. Why do you think Netanyahu was the very first world leader to come out and congratulate Joe Biden on his win in 2020? Because he controlled it then too. There's no left. My full chest, and tell you there's no left, there's no right. There's no conservative that's going to save you. There's nobody from the left that understands you, that wants equality. We've been infiltrated on both parties, and until every single person out there sees that and understands that it's being run by the same globalists, nothing will change. Nothing will change. There's no left. There's no right. The Democrats are not my enemy. The liberal kids who dye their hair and scream about equality, they're kids. They're immature. They don't get it yet. They will get it in time. That's what I keep telling my kid when he starts to kind of lean into, well, he just doesn't like black. No, nobody hates black people. Nobody hates white people. Being trained, and your algorithm, you're being trained to keep that division going because they're putting out the loudest voices. Most normal, everyday people don't give a fuck what color you are. Most normal, everyday black people aren't demanding reparation. It's orchestrated. It's fake. None of it's real, right down to George Floyd and COVID-19. Until you see that, until you recognize it, until you feel it in your bones, nothing is going to change. Nothing. Keep feeding the machine. I need you to see it. I need you to see it. I need you to believe it. And then I need you to join us, because I don't know what the outcome is going to be, but it isn't doing more of this. The definition of hell is doing the same thing over and over and over again. And if that, the Republicans have full control of everything and nothing has changed. It's only been the Democrats impeached, and it's also, they did more in that first year than the Republicans have done yet in their first year. Please wake up. I'm begging you to see it. I'm begging you to see it at this point.
I think they're going to hit us with a third candidate, a third party.
For how many decades we are talking about this stuff, you know?
I know.
And I'm speaking about this all the time to everyone and anyone. But the problem is we cannot awaken them because I can't change your mind.
They're
Sorry?
starting to wake up, though. That's the
I know
thing.
some of them, but it's
I
still
know.
slow.
It's
But
like,
it's good to
God.
see.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit. What's this one? What's this one?
I have pretty
Oh,
good video later. I will post it for the MK Ultra. It's comedy, but it's freaking great, man. You laugh your ass off.
well, this is a great message, and I think everybody needs to kind of take heed of this right here.
So a coworker died at work today, and after everything was said and done, the coroner came, took them away. We were all in the break room waiting for the manager to come in, and he said that it was the hardest decision he ever made, and we're going to stay open. And we did stay open. And I stood in the spot all night on my shift where this employee passed away. So my advice to you is to take that PTO. Take every goddamn vacation second you have. Fuck this place. Fuck these places. Work doesn't give a shit about you. You drop dead when you're working, they'll just kick you out of the way and keep on going. Go buy those things that you want. Go tell the people that you love them. Fuck work. They don't give a shit about you. And that's all I'm saying.
Guy dies, and they put him over in the guy's spot. Here, you take his spot. We're not closing up. Your
Gotta
friends.
keep the machine running, so gotta keep it going. You gotta keep the machine running, you know.
This is some crazy shit that's coming up. Oh, Yana, she'll like this one too. Oh, this was a great one. Okay, so you've heard about like these kind of like delinquent moms and shit to get their kid to go to sleep and so they don't have to tend to them as much, giving them Robitussin.
Yep.
Okay. So check out what this fucking daycare was doing.
Okay, a second. I will tell you the story. My mother told me many years ago that when she was nurse, there were nuns who were always tending the children. in a hospital,
Mhm.
and they were always giving them a bit of alcohol on the finger, and put on their mouth, and they were sleeping to the whole day, and then they were waking up, and screaming, and as children playing around, making mess, and everyone was like, "Look, the nurses, the nuns, they were great. Children are always so calm." Yeah, of course, because
Uh-huh.
they're sleeping. That's
That's
how they're playing,
that is a remedy that they used to offer for teething, was to take some whiskey, just a little bit of whiskey, and rub it on the gums.
Yep, exactly. And
We
child
found a
is
better
still a
way than
baby.
that. We took a small amount of clove oil and mixed it with honey with my grandson when he was teething, and you put a little bit of that on like a Q-tip and rub it on their gums. Bam, no, all the pain gone. And he couldn't talk yet or nothing, but he knew what that did, and he knew where it was, and he'd come get one of us or whatever and point where the stuff was at, like, I want some of that.
He got addicted, yeah.
Well, it was, well, fine, that's okay. It's just honey and clove oil, But this is crazy.
He's pointing and says, "I like this shit."
This is as bad as the nuns. This is as bad as the nuns. I think worse. I think this is worse.
This is 4-year-old Lane Luviano. She's the one that broke this case open in September when she snuck one of her sleepy stickers out of the classroom.
She kind of pulled up her little shorts and said, "Mom, look, this is my sleeping sticker." And I was like, "The what?"
When Lane's mom, Lisa, saw the sticker, she thought it was strange and asked her daughter about it.
And the teacher gives it to you, where she put it?
On my eye.
And what's it look like?
Sleeping with a moon on it.
Lane's dad says he's known something was wrong since school first started.
They never notified the parents.
So Lisa took matters into her own hands. She reached out to the other parents in Lane's class.
Sleep promoting stickers. This is a transdermal drug.
Wow.
Like nicotine patches.
I got you.
So sent them pictures of the patch to see if their kids were getting the stickers too.
I showed it to my 4-year-old, and she said, "Yes, that's the sleepy sticker." And if you read the ingredients on them, it has a lot of, it's just things I've never even heard of. And they're giving them drugs to make them sleep, to keep them quiet.
Najala Abdullah tells us she'd noticed changes in her son, who told her he'd been getting the stickers too. She says he'd been crying, stopped eating, and was bringing home lunches that he hadn't touched.
Do you think it could be a crime? Most definitely.
Yeah.
What the
How would you feel, Saab, if you went to daycare and picked up your son and that had happened? Think about it.
Oh, there would be a reckoning. Of course, see, this is the problem that people have now. You see, the Jews got everybody riled up about the women's rights. Okay. And so I'm going to be a career woman. I'm not going to be saddled down with a family, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's got to the point now where any household requires 2 incomes, because all they did was just raise the price of everything by doing that. Okay. They raised their tax base. Now it takes 2 incomes of a family to actually have a family. And in most cases, a lot of those people have to be on supplemental incomes as well. So what they've done is they've made it impossible for you to raise your child properly. But that's okay. The state steps in, see? And of course, where there's state-run shit, there's corruption.
It's great, but not very good.
Well, take a look at all these fucking Somali daycare facilities that are getting state money, getting millions of dollars and shit, and they're not even daycares. They say that they got like 90 kids, and there ain't no kids there at all. There ain't nobody there. In fact, this guy that broke the story on that here recently, he was going around to these different places and trying to find out where he could get daycare, and actually exposing this. And they tried citing him for trespassing and all kinds of shit, man. Got the police involved. And it's like, wait a second, this is our tax money's going to this, and it's just a shell. It's not even a real fucking thing. And then consequently, there must not be a whole lot of oversight by government to get this money and shit to be able to do this. I mean, look what's going on at these daycare centers. And this has been, holy crap. Why would who wants to send their kids to one of those places, especially somebody like myself, that I have been looking into all this crap for so long now. And you've got the Franklin school case, you've got the Presidio daycare, you've got all these different daycares that are always getting busted out for diddling the kids, man, or something. You can't trust any of these institutions. Even these funeral homes have been busted, not actually disposing of the bodies and cremating them and shit, dumping them in swamps and shit like that, because it's too expensive for them to run the oven or whatever. I don't know. You just can't trust anybody. You got these churches that are in there grifting for fucking Israel, Christian churches grifting for Jews. That just screams fraud to me right off the bat. Not to mention mixing church and state. This is insane what we're doing in this world right now. Nobody thinking about it. Your tax money from your state. Check this out. This is happening in Texas.
Not only are we giving federal funds to Israel, but we're giving state taxes. Our state taxes are buying stocks and bonds in Israel. I was today years old when I found out my state of Indiana owns over $100 million worth of bonds and stocks in Israel. Now, folks, look, just Google it. Google how much money does my state own in stocks and bonds in Israel. Put it over here in the comments. You're going to be today years old when you find out that not only are your federal funds going over to Israel in the tune of $14 billion already this year, but your state funds, your state taxes. So what this says to me, folks, is Indiana, where I live, they had a surplus of money that they didn't put into pension reimbursement for military. They didn't help with property tax subsidies for poor people. They didn't help. They chose to buy stocks and bonds in Israel. Folks, I don't care how you slice shit cake, it still stinks.
That's new for me. I didn't know about the States, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Because, listen, if those people who are, in quote mark, in power won't support Israel, Israel will support and provide a lot of money for the people who run against them. And those people will be removed because they will not have such high funding. And they lose. That's how they operate. Money is the root of all evil. It's not love for money.
All material things. That's what they're all about. You know, that hog that Netanyahu's married to, Milikowski's wife, they say when that hog comes there, she's always wanting them to give her things from the White House. Oh, this is lovely. Can I have it? She's just a greedy little, well, you know.
Yeah, all of them, they are, you know, like, you know, the nose and the hands when you see the picture.
Long fingers to pick pockets and big noses to smell gold, I guess.
Yep, yep.
Here's our friend brother Nathaniel. This is pretty good. This girl at first, Kim Iverson, she gets a little worried at first because he's gonna get ready to say something. You'll see what.
Can I say something about growing up in the 50s about this Holocaust thing? Or am I taking up too much time?
No, go ahead. I just don't know what you're going to say.
It's not anti-Semitic at all. Okay, so every Jewish kid in the 50s has the Encyclopedia Britannica in his room. Okay, and I had what was the 1953. I was born in 1950, and my dad bought the 1953 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica. So there is a section on World War II by a famous Jewish historian at the time named Jacob Marcus. So my dad wanted me to read it, and other portions too. All right, and Jacob Marcus said that in the work camps, they weren't called concentration camps. They were called work camps to support the war effort. There were many political prisoners, Jehovah's Witnesses, and gypsies in there. The political prisoners were Jews because most of them were promoting the Communist Internationale. And he says because of the Allied bombings, many perished, probably 200,000. Jews mostly, but gypsies and Jehovah's Witnesses. We didn't hear this word 6 million. We never heard this word concentration camps. We never heard of extermination. I'm just telling you, growing up in the 50s, and anybody Jewish growing up in the 50s would affirm this. We didn't hear this. We didn't hear of gas chambers. And if we did hear of Zyklon B, it was a delousing agent. And what I've learned about Germans being in the business world for so long is that Germans they put people to work. They're very efficient people. They're not going to waste so much time and money killing somebody that can do work. And sometime in 1967, this whole Holocaust thing becomes a big thing. All right, so we watched the Ed Sullivan Show, 8 p.m. every Sunday night. It was a family ritual. My cousins were there, my brother, my sister, my dad. This was it. Ed Sullivan with the trapeze people and the ballets and the Jewish comedians and everything. So now Ed Sullivan, hey, we have a really big show tonight, and we have a Holocaust survivor. And we don't know what that is, a Holocaust survivor who is going to do a dramatization of what it was like to suffer in the Holocaust. All right, so it was
on the Ed Sullivan Show. This is considered entertainment. Okay.
Yes, it was LEC. It was. I remember this so vividly. I'm like 14 at the time or 15. Now they have this makeshift cell, and there's a piece of bread in the corner. And Elie Wiesel, looking younger, is in agony, and he's holding his stomach, and he's hungry, and he's looking for the piece of bread. And there's a German Shepherd, and my dad says, "I'm not going to put up with this bull." The other word. He's a fraud. And my dad was that kind of person. He turns it off, to another room, and we just turn it right back on. And we want to see this guy. And it turned out later that maybe 20 years later, someone caught him walking in an orchard, a big field in France, in a short sleeve shirt. And he's expressing himself to his friends. There's no tattoo. He was never in Birkenau. Never. He's a liar, a fraud. And my dad called him out back in 1966.
Okay, if you were wondering from where 67 came from, now you know.
That thing, I'd just go 42. Somebody says 6'7" to me, I just 42.
Yep, 6'7", 6'7".
That's the meaning of life, the universe, and everything right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is pretty good. These AI things are funny as shit, but they're gonna fuck us up. They really are.
Honestly, my biggest fear is that if something happens to me, I'm not sure how my wife is going to manage. She's pretty helpless.
America's Widow, Erica here, KK.
No shit. That's a good one, man. I love it.
I mean, come on, it really is that bad,
No, it is, yeah. I've seen recently her picture. She's mourning so much that she lost somewhere her wedding ring, and she's always in bright colors.
Have you guys seen this going around? Yeah, that's the 5th stage of grief is glittery pantsuits.
Alexa, how many days until Christmas in 2026?
There aren't any Christmas holidays in 2026.
Alexa.
There is no Christmas holiday in 2026.
Yep.
And I thought, wait. Okay, so I don't have one of those infernal things, so I'm not going to have the opportunity to ask it. Okay. But this is about the 4th or 5th video I've seen of somebody doing this. And it's, I think, Siri and Alexa, both. Because here's
but you know that you can program the answers. We give you. I've seen that before. So it gives you really, really crazy answers because you can kind of program it. So it will give you the answer you are expecting.
Well, the thing that gets me about it is that, like, for instance, this next woman and that one that I just showed you was people who had seen that and said, okay, I'm going to try it. Because they're in that same camp. They're going, oh, come on, you can program it. So they're trying it themselves on their own, And like I said, I can't check it for myself because I won't have one of those fucking things in my house. There's already enough spy shit here,
Yep.
And so if there's anybody out there that's got this thing, ask it. Ask it if, how many days until Christmas of 2026 and see if it gives this same answer. Because this is what this woman got right here.
Okay, don't judge me. It's like 7:30 in the morning, but I just saw this on TikTok and we tried it. And it's really kind of weird.
Technically, we didn't try it.
Well, yeah, technically it was the lady saying it on the TikTok and then our responded. So, ready? Alexa, How many days until Thanksgiving 2026?
Thanksgiving Day in 2026 is 332 days away, on Thursday, November 26th.
Alexa, how many days until Christmas 2026?
There aren't any Christmas holidays in 2026.
That's fucking weird, Gary. Gary, that's fucking weird.
Explain that one.
So I'm like,
Interesting,
what?
yeah.
That is interesting. So, like, if any of y'all got that Alexa at home or whatever, ask it. Ask it the question and see if it gives
Maybe
you.
because it thinks in a matter of 1 year, and the question was asked before 1 year. So, for example, it was 1 year and 10 days, so it couldn't make its mind about it. Maybe that was the case. We would need to know when this video was posted and the question was asked. Then we could figure it out.
Well, let's see. That one was posted 13 hours ago, and that was the creator that put
All
that
right.
out.
Okay, so it's after Christmas. Okay, dokie.
Yeah. So that's 13
Interesting.
hours ago. And the other one before that was 10 hours ago. So I don't know.
Oh,
man.
Roger is sleeping, I think. She's snoring.
Oh, you got in some of that Robitussin. What happened? Oh, this was crazy. I don't know. I'm glad I get my eggs from my neighbor and not at the store, because I don't know what to make of this.
Are real? Well, no. 99% of Americans have been deceived. If you enter one of these so-called egg factories, you won't see a single chicken. Only huge rows of mixing tanks. Workers pour starch, coagulating agents, dyes and flavorings inside and mix them until a whitish liquid is obtained. Then they dye it golden yellow and pour it into molds to take shape. In a matter of minutes, a perfectly round egg with a shiny shell appears. When you crack it, it even makes that typical crack, with the white and yolk well separated, and it even smells similar to a real egg. Most people don't even notice the difference, and think they bought good quality eggs. But in reality, those eggs are totally synthetic products made of chemicals and with no nutritional value. People pay a fortune believing they are buying something natural, when in reality they are eating pure chemicals. Do you know how to distinguish them? Do you think the eggs you eat are real? Well, no. 99% of Americans have been deceived.
Come on, man. Come on.
Everything is fake now. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a thing about where they just figured out that we're in there's a CIA document saying that we're actually in a simulation, that we're not even really fucking here. I don't know, man. We got the cannibal. I'm going to put Roger on mute. There we go. Poor fella's snoring. So there's some kind of thing about the tax money going to fund cannibalism projects in California.
Oh man, it's in open field, They're just showing us everything. If people can't see it yet, I don't know what to tell you. Better glasses or whatever, better brain, different brain. It's everywhere.
Well, I started to. Well, the other day, we was doing those pocket doors, and it was just between Luray and Front Royal, so we had to go to Luray for lunch, and it was just me and Mike, and he says, "We'll just go into Luray and get something." So he pulled into a McDonald's, and I didn't get out, and he goes, "Aren't you coming in?" I said, "No, they ain't got nothing in there I want, man." He said, "Well, we can go somewhere else." I said, "It's all the same anyways, Mike. It ain't no big deal, man."
Exactly.
Go ahead and get what you want, man. And he goes, "Well, what's wrong with McDonald's?" I said, "It's made out of people, man."
Exactly. It's just different name. The same exactly like Republicans and Democrats. I call them Republicans and Demon Rats. So we have blue and red. Yeah. If you mix it, you have purple, violet, like crimson, yeah?
Right.
Like Whore of Babylon, exactly. Those two colors, Whore of Babylon in crimson clothes, like Vatican. All is in the colors and in the symbols. We have to learn to understand the symbols. It's all in front of our eyes.
I got this Whore of Babylon vape right here that I'm gonna draw off of here in a minute. It's a dual vape. It's really cool. It's got 2 different kinds in it.
Dual vape. So what? You're vaping that through nose and through your ass, or what?
No. See, there's 2 different kinds in this. I hit this.
I know. I'm just joking.
I hit this button right here.
Just pulling your
and
leg.
Yeah,
No.
it lights up, and that took me over to Purple Berry is what it's called. So we're gonna.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm just pulling his leg, I like to make stupid jokes.
Here's about that cannibalism shit.
Remember how earlier I just put out the video of the cannibalism on the reality show where the chef was actually cooking something and they had to guess the ingredients and one of them was human flesh and the people were freaking out because it was actually human flesh? Well, you guys probably thought I was crazy, right? What do you think's going on in California?
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, scrum. That is the dumbest shit thing I've ever heard of. This thing that they're trying to say that people are scromiting. In other words, they're screaming and vomiting from smoking weed and vaping and shit. And it's like, no, they're not. That's not really happening. I've been smoking weed. Let's see. 42 years. No more than that. 48 years. Yeah, 48 years. And never once in my life, for any reason, have I ever screamed and vomited at the same time. I don't care what I was fucked up on.
According to CDC and FDA, you should be already dead a long time ago.
Oh, I know. And I didn't get the jab. I should be already dead. And I probably killed a bunch of other grandmas along with it,
Yep.
Stupid asses.
California.
Hello, I just want to show you guys some super disturbing shit that I found today. Here we go. Now, mind you, this is not the dark web by any means. This is just something that you can look up casually. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of the Human Meat Project. People for people. One body can feed up to 40 people. Donate now. That's not the other one. Hold on. CannibalClub.org. Specializing in the preparation of human meat, Cannibal Club brings the cutting edge of experimental cuisine to the refined plates of LA's cultural elite. Hold on, let me show you this week's menu. Panini pasta with meat sauce, sirloin steak, placenta lasagna.
We are the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight.
The babies we eat, yeah.
What in the is going on, man?
Don't sleep,
Right? I mean, come on, y'all.
99%.
This is yeah, this is holy crap, dog. How much water are you drinking there, buddy?
Have you ever heard of a restaurant
load.
serving human flesh? I thought cannibalism was outlawed. I thought cannibalism was illegal. What kind of reality show is this?
I've been trying to tell you, you guys are eating human.
All right, chef, can you tell us the 3 secret ingredients that might be found in this amazing sausage that you made for us today?
The 3 secret ingredients that might be found in the sausage are fish liver, human flesh, or shark.
Are those really the 3 ingredients?
Yeah, fish liver, human flesh, or shark.
You guys, is this
separate?
Is it?
And that's just that there's a stigma surrounding this.
We're good. We won't clear it. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let's go on, Brian, please.
All right. Thank you, Kev. Thank you very much. All right, Joe, fish liver, shark,
or human flesh.
God help you, it better be shark.
All right, 2, what do you think it's going to be?
Shark, Tim.
Shark?
The liver is too obvious, and I don't think it's human flesh, so I think it's shark.
Chef Keith, can you tell us what is the secret ingredient in this dish?
Yes, I'm afraid you're both wrong. It is human flesh.
No.
Yeah, I've seen this one.
No.
Whoa.
That's not okay. That's
No,
not all
hey,
right.
you know, it's
I
a
don't-
wonderful renewable protein.
Whoa, hey, all right,
No,
are you
that's
sure?
disgusting.
No, I didn't know it was gonna go like this
no,
either.
that's
This is the
really
problem with
disgusting.
stigma of this.
Chef, are you serious?
Yeah, of course.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
gonna go throw up.
I didn't know we were going
That's
there. Are you
so-
okay?
I'm gonna go throw up. I need a bucket.
Wait, just have it. Here, we'll get you something right now. Yeah, bring a bucket in. You guys, come on, get a bucket in here right now.
Bring a bucket in here.
You okay?
Yeah, that's some next level. So I would have loved to know when I was eating human flesh before I ate it.
This is very popular in my restaurant. You thought it was delicious. You said it was delicious, and I think there's a stigma about it. Think about it. Every day, 60,000 new sources of protein in this country alone.
Would like someone die and then you make it?
How else would we make it?
Oh,
I mean,
God.
many small villages.
All right. I apologize.
If every single restaurant and every single grocery store has meat 24/7, 365, where are all the farms?
Look, if it would happen to me, he would tell me. I would end up in jail, but
Yep.
he wouldn't leave the studio. He wouldn't.
Yep. I don't know. It's hard for me to say what I would actually do. You know?
I know what I would do, 100%. I know what would be my end, but he wouldn't leave the studio. I'm telling you 100%, man. I know myself in this way.
I don't know. What would you all do? What would y'all do if you're out there in the chat and everything? Put in here. What would you do if you found out that you'd been eating human flesh? What if you
Fed by
found out that
someone.
for the last 40 years that's been a main staple in our meat industry and you didn't know it?
No,
I mean, come
more
on.
specific, not bad things. Be specific.
Well, I mean that it was in your restaurant food, that the pork you were actually buying, that not all of it was really pork. When you bought Jimmy Dean's sausage and thought you were getting pork sausage, you were actually getting people sausage. You wouldn't know the difference. And who would believe that they'd use people, right? That's why that movie Soylent Green was such a, ooh, that's so gross, right? But they were telling you, man. They were fucking telling you.
Because they have to tell you. I'm telling that since long time. They operate in a realm of natural law and karma. They have to freaking tell you. Doesn't matter if I believe it, Saul believe it, or anyone on the chat believe it. What matters is they believe it. So they have to tell you. They operate on their own rules, and they are bound by it, and they have to tell you. End of story.
So Deborah says exactly what I was thinking too. So what could you really do? I mean, it's done. It's probably why half of us are dying, because it wasn't meant for us to eat each other. We were supposed to, and who would we report it to anyways if they're all behind it, right? Exactly. You know, it's like that girl went to the FBI, or the New York police or somebody, you know, of authority about Donald Trump and what he had done. And like 3 days later, she's dead from a suicide that the cops said could not have been. Dude, all these people in places of trust, and you look at how socked in people are with it. They trust their doctor like he's a family friend. They trust their lawyer. They trust their politicians. Hell, you got people out there thinking Donald Trump was fucking Jesus. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me?
That's why it's very important part of the video when you're starting. Trust no one.
Yes.
That's very important.
It's like,
learn the lesson.
Man,
don't even trust us. Always verify everything.
You know, I think half of it probably is these days, but it doesn't answer the question of where are they getting all the goddamn meat. It doesn't answer that question. It doesn't answer the question, why do we never see any new cemeteries?
Yep. And it doesn't answer the question, where are the freaking over 800,000 children in a year missing?
Right. Where are they going? Is that veal for the elite? I mean, I don't know, man. This is just really, and I can see, because I've kind of known and I've gradually gotten into it and understood what the fuck is actually going, and I take as much precaution as possible. But the people, I'm thinking about the average Joe out there, that when this is coming out, man, this is coming out. And when the average Joe finds out, oh my God, man, we've been eating people. All of these trusted politicians are nothing but a bunch of fucking pedophile weirdos and shit and crooks. Are you kidding me? We've been supporting the Khazarian mafia. What? My pastor has been using my donations to his church to give to Israel so to fund their genocide. Really? Now think about what that does to the average Joe Schlo that just thinks that, the world is the status quo that they present. When that person finds that out all at once, there's going to be a lot of people lose their shit. I have a pretty strong constitution. I can handle quite a bit. A lot of people can't. A lot of people can't. And I wonder, will it drive people mad? Will it drive people insane? Will it make them, what will happen?
All of the above. Some people
Yeah.
will go after them. Some people will go crazy. Some people will overreact on their neighbors, for example, because they had a quarrel, instead of going after government. That's why, for me, it's stupid, because some people, for example, soldiers, are burning themselves, putting themselves on fire. Why the freaking you won't go after government if you are going to commit suicide?
Right.
Take those bastards with you.
Well,
That's
the
safe
thing
to do.
is who is government? Who do you go
Exactly.
after? It's so fucking compartmentalized, man.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? And that's right there in the name, governmentus.
Yeah,
It's
and
in
show
your
me what is
head, man.
government. You can show people, who are acting as government, but
Mhm.
what is government? You can't really show it. You can show building, you can show people working for the government, but what is government? You can't really show it.
No, you can't. There's people that represent facets of government, but they in themselves are not government. So yeah, it's just a machine. It's just a machine that's believed in. It's a
Exactly.
lie agreed upon.
Yep, the meat grinder.
No pun intended, right?
Hello,
Exactly.
everybody.
What's
Hello,
going on,
LJ?
LJ?
Hey, good to see you guys.
Right on. So what do you think about that, man? I mean,
Oh my God.
I mean, they actually have like the Human Meat Project and these cannibal restaurants and things like that, that there's people that donate their bodies. Hope LJ's device is disconnected on him. He says he's backstage, but it says device is not connected. So he'll probably be back. But I mean, that's really a thing. And let me tell you something, these places are not cheap either. If you ever look into it, you'll find out that it's not for the guy looking for a dollar menu. You know what I'm saying?
It's only for so-called elitists.
Yes. I don't know, man.
I don't want to be elite.
Sav, I asked my grandpa, he's 93. He
Mhm.
said he's never seen a new grave being built. And he's been in multiple countries.
Wow. So you actually asked your grandfather about that?
Yeah, like just a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Wow. And he said
man.
he's never seen a new one anywhere.
Nope.
They might have been doing this for a long time, man.
Who knows? But I brought it up at the wrong time the other day. We were having lunch. I'm like, shit, I shouldn't have brought this up right now because we're eating.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's something to think about.
They're claiming about the graveyards that they are stacking bodies, after, let's say, 20, 30 years, depends of the policy, right? So they're claiming they're putting new bodies on top of old ones. But later, because people were checking DNA, they couldn't find any other DNA, only one DNA. So what the fuck they're talking about? So if they're saying there's like a 5 generation of people, no, only one DNA, not 5 or 6. Bullshit.
I've thought about this too, right? So they have these plots and they're all a certain distance from each other, right? And you could pretty much lay a tape out and you've got like a certain measurement from where these graves are at between each other. Now let's mix that up with the idea that there's all these goddamn tunnels already that we're finding out about, tunnels all over the place underground, right? What if those are just doors? What if they're just digging out on top of a door, putting the box in there, right? And then after they fill it up, they go ahead and remove the box from underneath and then run it along on carts to wherever they need to go.
Man, they've even shown something like that in shows, like something similar. So yeah, you're right.
It's like, wow, that could be actually, at this point in the game, nothing is off limits.
Yeah.
The amount of just think of the amount of weird shit that you would have never thought to be true that you found out about just in the last 10 years.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Literally, there's not enough conspiracy theories. All of them become truth.
Right.
I don't have any more conspiracy theories which are not true. I always ask the question, do you know what's the difference between the conspiracy theory and the truth? Around 3 months.
Yep. Well, it works like this, that they it's not really so much that it's one conspiracy, it's
chain and connections.
They're all connected.
Yes,
it's like
exactly.
they're all connected in
Exactly.
some way or another. They're all connected. It's almost like this whole little mechanism behind what we think is the reality that we live in.
It's layer on the layer behind the layer. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. An enigma inside of a puzzle wrapped in a
For me,
riddle.
it's very easy. It took me a while. I maybe figured out like 30 years ago, maybe 40. When I became Christian, I figured it out, because this world is run by the Satan, the devil.
Yes.
And he's master of lies. That's why we have everywhere deception. Money,
How
water law.
How could Satan have taken Jesus up onto the mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the earth and offered them to him? How can he offer them to him if they're not his?
It is his. That's
right?
Why Jesus said that there's only one entity in a matter of which he said that he's God, small g, but he's God. All the others, demons, monsters, fallen angels, but that was the only one behind the God the Father, God of this earth, because he is God of this earth.
Hey, speaking of God, have you guys watched the movie Oh God from 1977 with George Burns?
No.
Watched it. I lived through the controversy of that movie. The controversy of that movie and Christians saying that George Burns was going to burn in hell for that blasphemy. Oh my God, there was quite an uproar about that. John Denver's record sales actually suffered from it. But it is a good movie. It's a good movie.
Yeah, just randomly watched it. It made my day, man. I couldn't believe how good it was. Because they put so much
title again, please. What was the title?
I'm gonna put it in the chat. Don't worry. It's free on Amazon Prime. Hey Mason.
It's called Oh God, Janusz.
Okay, I watched
like the oath of like oh God. And
yeah, I get you.
George Burns plays God. And John Denver is like the main character other than God. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Okay. So that was still communism in Poland, so we didn't have films from the US. Okay, get you.
Oh, that's right. You guys
I have a bit of gap,
You hadn't had perestroika yet.
Yeah. That's why we as Poles, we have like a sixth sense in the matter of lies, because we were living during the fucking biggest lies ever, communist system, all this bullshit and propaganda. So when we see it now and hear it, we just smell it with our sixth sense,
That was an ism that he was under. He was one of them damn isms again. See?
Oh, yeah.
It's always a problem. It's even Trumpism. That's a bad problem. Bidenism. Statism. The most dangerous ism of them all. Statism. Israel, get that. out of America.
One thing Israelis have is the fucking audacity. You've infiltrated every aspect of American society. You've infiltrated our government. You've bought our politicians. You control our legislation. You've funneled billions and billions of dollars, possibly trillions, from the American people on a yearly basis so that you can get free healthcare and go fucking brutalize and terrorize and genocide people in Palestine. Then run away to your real homes in Europe, New York, New Jersey, wherever the fuck you're actually fucking from. And go live your lives. Go live your lives like you didn't just fucking murder children. Now, you pieces of fucking scum are on every single major news channel because you own the media too. Because you fucking infiltrated that too. Now you're on every single fucking news station playing victim. They want to kill all the... Nobody fucking cares that you're Jewish. Nobody cares. They want to kill Israelis because you're fucking murderous, genocidal pieces of shit. All right? And you have no business in modern civilized society. You are the scum of the earth. They want to kill you. They don't want to kill Jews. They don't care about your religion. Nobody fucking cares about your religion. Nobody cares. We care that you're murdering people. We care that you just unprovoked fucking threw a missile at Iran and are now on all of the news channels playing fucking victim, begging America to come fight your fucking war for you. Again, by the way, don't think we don't fucking know about 9/11. I am so fucking sick of these people. They are the absolute scum of the earth. Get the fuck off my news. Stop trying to convince us to fight your fucking war. And Lord knows, with this fucking ass clown as president, we're probably gonna go. We're probably gonna fucking go to war. We're probably gonna go fucking war while Americans are literally struggling to survive. We are in so much debt. We can't afford housing. We can't afford food. But let's send billions to fucking help Israel. These fucking scumbags that don't deserve the fucking dirt on the bottom of my shoe.
Yeah, well said. Well said. You know what? You can run the dark lore of the J-pop. That's a pretty short and very educational video. You will learn a bit from this one. It's expected, but it's nice. Nice to hear it, you know.
Oh yeah. This is a good one. Did you catch my appearance on the tinfoil sombrero yesterday?
I got some of it. I didn't get all of it.
I was on there. It was a pretty good show. Had a good time. These guys are nuts, man.
The Bible warns us that Israel of today, I want you to understand this, is not Hebrew, nor of the sons of Jacob. I want to say it again. The modern day state, it's not a nation, of Israel, they are not Hebrew, neither are they the sons of Jacob. When you try to tell somebody this, it's like there's cognitive dissonance. They can't think through the statement of what you're saying. They automatically think that any person that joins the nation and becomes an Israeli is actually an Israelite of Old Testament, but that simply is not true. The Ashkenazis, they are not Hebrews. If you don't know what that is, I want you to look it up and I want you to educate yourself. The Khazarians, they are not Hebrews at all. I want you to look it up and educate yourself and understand that the majority of the people that live in the modern day state of Israel are actually Europeans, and they do not practice anything from the Bible. The majority of them are absolutely atheist.
Yep, 100%.
Yep, and they hide behind that religion.
Somehow think that if he becomes the Jew, because he believes in Judaism, and he's freaking so he's from the land of Israel, and God promised them this land. What the
Yeah.
Stupid.
How many presidents are now Israeli? You know, think about it.
Oh my God! Everyone we've ever had has gone over there kissing on that wall and putting that little beanie on. And
you know what? I will find a very good video, very short, but very good about Trump. I will just speak about him. Let me find it.
So the two most prominent black civil rights leaders in the 60s, who were they? Well, you had Martin Luther King. Of course, everybody knows that. Martin Luther King Jr. And of course, Malcolm X. But you don't ever see a Malcolm X Boulevard, a Malcolm X Community Center, a Malcolm X school. The other guy, Martin Luther King, you see all kinds of shit. Martin Luther King Elementary School, Martin Luther King Boulevard, Martin Luther King Park. Why is that? Well, it's real simple. And I'm going to show you why.
Why is the media and education system always pushing Martin Luther King Jr., but never Malcolm X? Here's why.
The whole world must see that Israel must exist and has a right to exist and is one of the great outposts of democracy in the world.
Palestinian struggle is not just a cry for justice. It's a blistering battle for the most fundamental human rights. The birth of Israel in 1948 brought forth the mass expulsion and dispossession of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from their ancestral homes and land. This is a historic injustice that continues to haunt the lives of Palestinians to this very day.
They both lived in the same time period and both were assassinated for their causes. But one is glamorized by the media and the other one is forgotten. All based on who served to advance the reputation and the agenda of those who own the media and education system. Malcolm X was a hero. Martin Luther King was a Zionist with Zionist advisors guiding him. Now that we know what Zionism is, we're seeing all of our history in a new light, aren't we?
Yes.
Eric Warsaw, Eric Warszawa, Polish capital.
Let me see this here. What's is that?
Yeah, I hadn't heard that before. Interesting.
Okay, is that the one, the first Jewish president? That thing?
Yep.
What you're talking about? Is that with Mark Levin?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. It was
The
him.
bald-headed fat guy.
Yeah.
Let me see, where am I going to put this?
I dropped 3 links in total. All of them, they are short.
Hey, D-Man, can you hit us with a Wesley impersonation?
Oh, go ahead. Do it.
Oh, he's away.
What'd you say? What, you talking to me?
Wesley impersonation.
Oh,
Hey, really soft. Come on.
Really soft.
Really soft? Really? Is this what you're gonna do? This is your dick. I'm living rent free in your head.
He is quite the little creep, but he keeps begging to come back on. He keeps begging to come back on. He has other people come on here and beg for him.
Bro, it's like they're working overtime on this. Like what?
I know.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Because they're terrible people. That's why. All right, here we go.
6 years ago, I was up here, and I said, "This is our first Jewish president." Now he's the first Jewish president to serve 2 not consecutive presidencies. We thank you for everything.
That's right. Bad things happened on the second one. Namely, the election was rigged.
Of course.
That's
What
it?
election's not Second rigged? Time in his favor.
He's such a creep.
Dude, what election's not rigged, though?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's ever been an honest election, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think that there's ever been an honest election. Oh, wait, I already been through that. Just, oh, yeah, why they got rid of Victory Gardens. AI learning shit that it's not programmed to do. Oh, here we go. Here, okay, here's another one of those that I saw with about the Christmas.
So I didn't think this was true. Check this out. Hey, Alexa, how many days until Christmas 2026?
There aren't any Christmas holidays in 2026.
Hey, Alexa, why isn't there any Christmas holidays in 2026?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
There you go. Doomsday.
I mean, what? What's going on?
Maybe not doomsday, but maybe they're planning freaking another reset. That might be the case.
So I found this. This is kind of going. We're shifting over into NASA thing here for a minute, and how you're snowed on shit. Okay, so there's been problems with people with their electric vehicles, and primarily when it comes to having to, charge them up
and blowing up. Yeah,
and well, not just that, but also the cold. They don't operate very well in the cold. They don't hold a charge very good in the cold.
It's just a computer.
Well,
Microwave.
It's the battery, see? It's the battery. I ran across this Owen Benjamin talking about this, and I thought, wow, I wonder why didn't I think of this, right? This is great.
I wrote, hey, Elon, did you know NASA?
Whoops. I did that in wrong order. I'm supposed to do that first. There.
I wrote, hey, Elon, did you know NASA has batteries that don't need to charge for 60 years and still function at negative 400 degrees Fahrenheit? Let's get that in your car. The Voyager probe from the 70s still works. Bro, I just saved you billions and billions in research and development. Unless, okay. Oh, no, but there's solar. There's no sun at Pluto. No, there's no solar. You can look at the schematic of what they claim is the battery in the Voyager, and they change it a lot. That's why I keep the original propaganda. And then people say, oh, but it's a nuke. Well, then let's use nukes. Oh, really? Well, it's not good for you. Oh, we eat Monsanto. You can't currently eat a battery. Battery acid right now is not good for you. No. If there's an isotope that stays charged for decades and decades and decades to the point where it can shoot it, and I'm just going with their model. Obviously, I don't believe any of this. Billions of miles through radiation belts, negative energy, like 50 degrees will mess up a computer or a battery. 30 degrees. Negative 20 degrees fucks your batteries. Okay? Negative 400 degrees. Okay, this is before the personal computer was invented, before the cell phone was invented, before the iPhone was invented, all of that. So they had a battery then that doesn't need a recharge for 60 years. Negative 400 degrees. And it's still sending a signal over 1 billion miles. Imagine if you actually believe that. You'd be like, dude, I got to get this information to Elon Musk. People would be like, oh, but it's bad for people. No. We just fought all these wars for 20 years over oil. Like, what the fuck world do people live in where they're like, oh, if you ingest plutonium, you might get cancer? That's food. That's like they get awards for lowering the population. They sit you down when you're a kid and they say, if you have children, you're ruining the rainforest. Are you fucking retarded? To sterilize the population would be the greatest thing in the world. And of course it doesn't do that. Galen Windsor on camera shows you that like the same amount of uranium isotope is less poisonous than that same amount of caffeine pills, no-dose. You know, no-dose at the truck stop where you take that no-dose and you can drive an extra 20 miles to get that meth, to go an extra 50 miles to get that crack, to go against 100 miles to kill your wife. Well, that physical amount of caffeine is more poisonous than the uranium that goes into fuel rods. So imagine the technology that they claim. So that's what I mean when people are like, oh, so you don't believe them? It's like, it's worse if it's true. Think of the wars. Think of the money. Think of the pain, right? So you're telling me that they have batteries that never die, and people are fighting wars. People are like pretending like the entire free market is fake. Ironically, my view makes the story more real. If the story that they had a fucking battery that can go in a space probe and not recharge in negative 400 for 60 years, if they had that in 1970s, that means everything is fake.
Not too bad for a kid who thought flat Earth was crazy.
Yeah. But see, that's where logical thinking, critical thinking will get you to.
Yeah, but you know, I've seen his talk with what's his name? Here's the deal, Brian. Oh, Jesus, what's his name?
Stavely?
No. Jesus, what's his name? Here's the deal. You said you had photo with him. Remember, we were talking about him. The guy is from the USA. Brian Young. Okay, I remember now. Brian Young. So they were speaking, and this guy was saying that the government is good because our government allows us to do a lot of good things. So we have to obey government. I was like, what the fuck? So this guy is like a cuckoo. He's saying one thing, but then when you really push him, he's really for the government. I was like, no, fuck him.
Hey, Sean, why don't you join? Are you scared, buddy?
Oh, come on up, Sean.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, I think
Hello,
you're
monkey.
number one fans here.
All right, Sean. What's happening, Sean? Come on up and learn something, bro. Oh, see there, my dogs thought somebody was actually here.
Yeah, hey, you guys noticed on the topic of flat Earth? It's I've noticed. I'm gonna unsubscribe from modern day debate, but it's like they stopped doing flat Earth debates as soon as they got big.
Oh, modern day debate, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them for what they was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That dude was constantly jumping in there, white knighting and shit for the Globe Tard.
James.
Time. Yeah.
That little skinny guy.
Both of them.
Yeah,
Both of them.
Brian,
James and who was that other?
Yeah.
That kid.
Yeah, right on, bro. I knew it the whole time, Saul, but it still got the word out there here and there. The flat Earth, but you know, it's what it is. It was nice while I listened.
Dog sense the negative globe energy. I'll tell you what, there's Sean. Sean, if you're welcome to come up. The link's posted up there, and you can come up here and show your brilliance if you want to. That's
the dog sense a wild animal.
Yeah. Come get educated. Get them educated on shit. Wait, what is this? This is what they're distracting you from. Okay, I'll bite. Here's what they're distracting us from. Yeah, I'll be right back.
This is what they've been distracting us from. Wait for the end for solutions.
Every single Christian that I know says that they will stand firm, says that they will not enter into the beast system, but we simply just know that is not the case. That most will be knocked off the narrow road, that most won't endure to the end. 83 million bank accounts were just frozen in Vietnam. That country only has 86 million people. So basically, they froze every single person's bank account in that country and said, if you want your money, you're going to have to come in and do biometrics, come in and get digital ID, and then you can have access to your money. Everyone says they will stand firm. But what about when you can't feed your children? What about when they make it so you can't go to work unless you enter into the system? The devil doesn't play by your rules. He wants you to be able to not feed your family. He is going to push every single one of us to our breaking point so that we finally give in. We finally justify entering the system. And the devil is waiting for that justification. He is waiting for you to say, well, I got to feed my family. God will understand. Because we know what's coming.
Starting. I didn't think it was going to start yet. I really didn't. I thought we still had some time, and I don't think we have time. I have this whole 2030 agenda guide. I'm going to give it away completely for free for the next 100 people that sign up to the class on how to become in a position.
No, thank you.
Time freedom, money freedom, health. It is all related.
All right. But you see what they're doing? You see how they herd the people into doing the shit? All right. Well, we'll just take all your shit. We'll just take all your shit. Fuck these people, man. It's pitchforks. It's pitchfork time. And listen.
Oh yeah. Pitchfork time and minimum tar and feathers. Minimum.
Oops. There we go. Listen to this crowd. I mean, wow. And the crowd was just You figure as popular as he was a year ago compared to today. Just think about that, man.
I remember my friends arguing, oh, let's vote for him. You know, it's like they didn't hear what I said, and now they came back. Like, you know, now they know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, once you find out and they're like, whatever. Yeah, even like the guy I work with, he was diehard MAGA, you know, and I never played into it or anything or else like that, you know, and then I'd just bring up every so often. I said, well, it looked like Trump might be in a little bit of trouble here, you know, and he'd, what happened, you know? And I'd tell him, because he watches Fox News. He ain't going to hear none of this. So like I'll put on X at work, and it's right there by where I'm working or whatever, and I have it playing and shit. So he's hearing this stuff. And I can see that the luster has fallen right off of his idol, you know, right off, you know. Of course, he's into politics a bit. He's the mayor of this little town here, you know. And that's cool, because in local shit like that, that's where you can actually do things. But on the federal level, where they've got everybody focused, you don't have any control over none of that shit, man. And none of it matters to you really anyways. They're just going in there to fuck up the economy and go to war. That's all they ever do. That's all they do. And argue back and forth and blame shit on each other. And that's the whole game.
After that, they go together for the ring.
Yeah. And people keep going for it. You know, they keep kicking that football. And I think it's great now because, and I think Trump helped do it too, by focusing, it's all Democrat, this, that, and the other. And people are going, you know what? I don't give a shit if you're a Democrat or a Republican. If you're doing this fucking shit, you need to be put into a wood chipper. And then his name shows up all over. Well, that was obvious. The way they were stonewalling, trying to get that shit out. Trying to keep from getting that shit to come out, you know, and voting against it and all that. Let's face it, man. He's the president of the United States. If he wanted that shit released, he could have just fucking did it. Right?
You know, the biggest awakening started with the COVID, because the people figured out, oh shit, Democrats supporting the vaccine and Republicans supporting that. What the fuck? They're always fighting against each other, but now they're fighting for it. They are pushing for it. Like, all right, so there's a bigger agenda which unites them, like Jews, for example.
Like the Antarctica Treaty.
Well, they've got too many people wrapped up in a party, you know. Back in the day, there were more independent voters that didn't go along a party line. You know, they went by what the candidate was. And I think since about the 80s, man, this has really gotten focused into whether you're Republican or Democrat, that we're really divisive. And then into the 2000s, it just got crazy. It got crazy. It started getting really bad during Bill Clinton, the divisiveness. It really started getting bad about that time. And now I'm looking at it, and it's like, I've never seen people, you know, I mean, come to brutal fights, fist fights over this dumb shit. And it's like, don't you realize it, man? Both sides are fucking both of you. Okay.
Like George Carlin said, you know, we have illusion of democracy. You have two parties. You have three oil companies, soon be two. You have now, before you had 60 different news stations. Now we have 6, will be soon 2. And you have 2 parties, but you have 27 flavors of bagels.
Yeah. 31 flavors of
the picture.
100 ingredients.
Yeah, illusion of choice. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, the reason Sean stopped by, he just got through streaming. We were live from yesterday.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I hope his 5 viewers enjoyed the presentation, and you know, I hope things go well. At this rate, he might hit 500 views by next year. But, you know, that's not all it's about. It's not all it's about.
Former U.S. Ambassador to Israel, David Friedman, says that we can just arrest anti-Semites like Candace Owens. There's no point in winning their hearts and minds because they have no hearts and they have no minds. They're not even humans, of course. Here he is.
Government can do in 2 months more than any organization can do in its lifetime. We're not going to win their hearts and minds because they don't have hearts and they don't have minds. So, how are we going to, there's no reason to think we're ever going to convince them, but we can deport them. We can put them in jail. We can make their lives miserable. We can cut off their funding. And that's what the Trump administration is doing for the first time.
He recently spoke at the Mar-a-Lago Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, July 31st, 2025, and then handed the mic over to Israeli Knesset member Ohad Tal. He's previously floated as the potential U.S. ambassador to the United Nations by Donald Trump. Clearly, the Trump administration is taking notes from this man's opinions, because the Trump administration put out, on behalf of the Department of Justice, the June memo saying that they would be looking into denaturalizing the citizens of the United States who espouse anti-Semitic opinions.
Just going to arrest them. We're just going to arrest people because they talk about what the fuck is going on. Wow.
Didn't they put a media gag on all the people? Yeah, sorry.
What now? Go ahead.
They put a media gag on all the people that were near the Salt Lake City thing. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is and there's so many of these people that have gone along over the years and said, well, it can't happen here. It can't happen here, but I'm thinking more and more people are realizing that this is just a big fucking clown show and that we actually have all the power and we need to take it back. We need to exercise that power. You're not going to vote your way out of this shit because that damn corrupt system's what's got you into this fucking mess in the first place. Now, people a lot of times use the word revolution. I don't like that. Okay? Because a revolution means you're going around in a circle, right? So you got this little group of assholes and they're running everybody. Pretty soon the people get resentful of it. And they push too far. And so the people take up their pitchforks and their torches and they go, tar and feather the king. And they go ahead and storm the castle. And they throw this son of a bitch out. The very first thing they go about doing is picking a group of assholes who aren't as big of assholes as the ones that they had in there before. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you the logic in this. This is like you going to the doctor and he performs surgery and takes out a deadly tumor out of your body and replaces it with a slightly smaller tumor. What? If you go get a tumor removed, are you going to have it replaced with something? Of course not. So this is why I say stop. I want you to stop and think right now, how much of your life was government a benefit to today, yesterday, last week, the whole last year? How has government benefited you in any way, shape, or form?
But we have to have government because they're building roads for us. They are our daddies and mummies.
Yeah. You mean they're breaking the roads, not building them?
So nobody can build. Wait a second. All they do when you have government is take some people that know how to make a road and contract them to build the road. The government doesn't actually build the road.
Exactly.
But the people building the road know that the government's fucking stupid and they can overcharge the shit out of them.
Definitely. And
They
meanwhile,
won't know the difference or care because it's not their fucking money.
And meanwhile, people who are responsible for giving contract, they're getting bribes and getting more money.
Exactly. Yep. It's the whole grift game, man. You mean to tell me there wasn't any roads before the fucking government? Really? What?
Cathedrals, pyramids.
I mean,
No.
well, yeah, was those because of government?
No, they weren't on the roads because we are using Vimanas. We were flying before.
This is this whole idea that we have to have it, and I think if you watch Brian Young, he's got the disturbing illusion.
And here's the deal.
He's been using a thing at the end of his videos where he says the government is that group of despotic people, and I'm paraphrasing, that you wanted government to protect you from. They are that gang that you wanted protection from.
And
And
they're
you
saying
willingly put them in charge, man.
another thing is why we need government to protect us versus another government, yeah? So if we wouldn't have governments, we wouldn't need to have them to protect us versus another one. It's
Right.
simple.
Because it's usually, you know, I mean, once soldiers get a little taste of battle, they really don't want any more. And if it wasn't because under the threat of force that they have to continue doing it, you know.
Look, for me, it's very simple. You know, let's get those freaking, you know, people from the government, put them on a freaking island somewhere, give them fucking pitchforks, knives, and have your fucking war.
There you go.
We leave you there.
Put them in the ring. Make
Make
it, you know, and you can make it a pay-per-view event.
Oh man,
Vladimir Putin.
Skyrocket, you know, that would be record.
You could have in this corner, it's Vladimir Putin versus Donald Taco
J. Trump, yeah. Protector of the innocent, whatever.
World peacemaker.
Yeah, right. They could have their little ring girls come out between each round, you know, with their propaganda, holding it up for the crowd to read and shit. I mean, that'd be great. Let them just beat the fuck out of each other, you know. It's like, you got a problem, you know, solve it like gentlemen. You don't have to go and kill and destroy and all this other. That's the
pay-per-view would skyrocket. I'm telling you, they would earn shitloads of money on this.
I mean, that's what children do. You know, and you'd figure that someone had matured past that point to have to use violence because they're upset about something. You know, there's other ways to take care of that shit. But this is, government is just fucking, it's due to isms. Every government has an ism, doesn't it? You got capitalism, communism, socialism. Come on, man. Do we really need any of these isms? I don't think so.
Yeah, and all those isms, unfortunately, were introduced by the freaking Jews.
Yeah.
Even in China, people don't know it because they had it's called Tengu. If you really listen to the people from China, they will tell you there were people with the big noses and with the square hats. It's Tengu. It's exactly they're telling you. They were there as well.
Yep. Well, they're trying to get back in. Because they're realizing the support they're losing here, and now they're looking for a new host. You know what I'm saying? So they've been trying to kind of court China.
It's like a parasite, you know. Always looking.
They are a parasite.
Yep.
They're the very definition of a parasite. That country is a parasitic organism in the international.
Like a cancer on the earth. I'm telling you. So Hitler wasn't so bad. Looks like, you know, when he was trying to get rid of them, cut this cancer.
Everything's a show. Even this thing here, this Erica Kirk thing's blowing up right in their face, man. Every bit of it. It gets worse by the day.
Oh yeah, did you make a show about the Erica Kirk and Candice Owens? They were meeting in without cameras. Yeah, fuck it. What you do without cameras? Deals.
Right.
I was telling to people, don't freaking believe Candice Owens. She's controlled the position. No, she's on our side. Fucking hell. When people fucking
they're all those big names, all those big names. It was with
man, I'm just laughing, you know, because I'm speaking about this shit is fucking 40, 50 years and people just catching up. How the fuck people cannot see it? It's just oblivious, man. How you cannot
they're comfortable and it's scary. It's comfortable and they're scary. This shit's scary. You know what I'm saying? That this shit is scary for a lot of people, you know. They don't want to think that their world is not what they think it is, but
they want to believe. You know, I get it. Look, I get it. They want to believe. You know, I want it as well.
Right.
But, I kill myself from this shit. I don't
They
believe
want
in this shit anymore.
they want to believe the illusion that's sold to them.
Yep.
You know,
they want to be lied to.
Here's what you got, and here's what you got to understand: the hooker doesn't love you. Okay.
She will get the money and fuck you over.
That's it. Come on. That's what these people are. They're just whores.
We all know who Erica Kirk is.
Oh,
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot. First things first, Tiki Talk. You know me, this is purely for entertainment purposes only. All things stated here, just no less speculation. We're just thinking out loud. I got a new bikini goofing. Baby, let's go. Nothing here is actual or factual. Everything stated, allegedly. And we all know who Erica Franzway is. Erica Franzway was her name when she was born, and Erica Kirk was her name after she was married to Charlie in 2020. And so who in the heck is Erica Chelsvig? You might wonder, you might ask, or you may have no idea who I'm talking about. And you may have a very difficult time finding any information about this woman, Erica Chelsvig, but not me. You see, I have this funny way. It's just who I am, and it's just who I've always been. All grace and glory be to Yah. But Erica Chelsvig is a name that I learned only 2 days after Charlie Kirk's funeral, after being awoken at 2:30 in the morning. Still a large, huge Erica Kirk fan. At least I had been. Interesting how things like this work. You see, I'm the kind of person that finds the truth out about the world that the world does not yet know. Long before the world is ready, and I'm still the same person that has to share that truth, even when that truth is hard for me. Interesting how the Holy Spirit woke me up at that time, 2 days after Charlie's funeral, with no intention of discovering anything new about Erica Kirk, and all I discovered was stuff that was new. And now stuff that has been scrubbed from the internet, officially scrubbed from the internet the very next day. But oopsie poopsie, not before Auntie discovered it, learned it, and kept it all. And although I'm on vacation, trust and believe, the world will learn who Erica Chelsvig is, just not by a Google search. So who is Erica Chelsvig, Auntie? Well, let's go back. Erica Franzway, like I said, was her name, her maiden name. Erica Kirk was her name after she married Charlie. And Erica Chelsvig was her name in between, in betwixt, after, and before. Chelsvig, it's got a ring to it, doesn't it? It should, because that name is Romanian. Romanian. Now, what are the odds of that? This world is an evil place. Not everything is always what it seems. But like we're seeing day by day and speech by speech and word by word, Erica Kirk, Franzway, Chelsvig, formerly, is accidentally spilling the beans, one by one by one. What is done in the dark will always come to light. And I always know that the truth is truth when that kind of truth needs to be scrubbed from the internet. I mean, why else would it be, unless you have something to hide? I don't know, like something similar to this. Erica Kirk, named Franzway, formerly Chelsvig. I'm on vacation, so screenshot and read the rest. Interesting. What used to be on the internet, and just days after Charlie's funeral, well, we find no longer. 'Tis not on the internet no more. But when the Holy Spirit speaks, you listen and you screenshot, and the truth will always come to light.
So it looks like she was married before Charlie.
That's what I had before as well, yes. And she was involved. There was strange situations in a matter of place for the children, and they were
Yep.
disappearing.
Yep.
So yeah, it's
Romanian
all one
Romanian
big
Angels.
fucking club.
It was called Romanian Angels.
Yes, exactly.
And,
And she was working with Donald J. Trump, and Trump sent her later.
and Romania is where vampires come from,
yeah, exactly.
right?
Oh, come on.
Dracula and
Come
all
on,
that.
Saul.
Exactly
You
right.
know he tapped that.
Coincidence? See, we thought Abraham Lincoln got them all, but he didn't. And we saw evidence of that because we had people on the Social Security rolls that were like 175 years old and shit. Those are the vampires that Abraham Lincoln didn't kill.
Oh.
You see? And they're still collecting Social Security. I'm fucking with y'all, okay? I don't really believe that. I'm just fucking.
Saab, you know that that
It's entertainment purposes.
She's either the missing Lindbergh baby or Trump tapped it.
Yeah. I
Yep.
bet you Trump tapped it. Not willingly, though, on her part, but he seems to be, man, I've been coming across all these stories about women he's just grabbed and started groping and trying to force his tongue in her mouth and shit. And it's you take that all the way back to that what was it, TMZ interview or whatever, where he talked about you just grab them by the pussy. They let you do it as long as you know, if you're famous or rich, you know. And that he really thinks that. And he doesn't know that they don't really think that. He just does that and expects, you know.
Get used to it. You know what? I think Erica Kirk is the missing link the theory of evolution speaks about, you know. We found it. Finally, we found it.
Oh.
Very possible.
Well, speaking of the devil, that's reminded me. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson has like 4 charges against him for the very same thing.
Oh yeah, here you go. Here you go.
I didn't even know that, Roger. That's funny.
It's true. I'm not lying to you.
Oh, I believe
Around
it.
you on it.
God.
Just look at that guy. So fake.
Which one?
Neil deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
You know,
the fakest guy ever.
he's an actor. He's an actor.
Oh my God.
He was in one of them McDonald's "I'm Loving It" commercials. He was on billboards with a fucking Big Mac in his hand or whatever.
Perfect fit.
Well, there you
I
go.
think he's just made up man. Neil, like a Neil Armstrong, yeah. The grass, like a grass of I don't know, grass. And
Yeah.
Tyson, like a Tyson. He's just a freaking made up, guy. It cannot be a real name. I think it's just made up.
Of course, man.
Well, his ancestors were owned by the poultry family, Tyson. So I don't know if he's got any stock in the company or anything, but he's got the name, and he'll beat your ass if you don't let him. If you don't like it,
Like a grass, you can bend it and go from the behind. Probably that's why he's now what he is,
Glenn Close is Washington. Oh no, fit as flat earther, right, David? It's got to be. It's got to be. That guy is like some of the shit. It's pretty compelling, But I mean, he loses all credibility with some of that shit. Where he's like, "Look, it's Andrew Jackson is fucking Jeffrey Epstein." What? Shut up. Of course, I don't know. Maybe they do clone these people, or they pretend to die and come back in another generation, go off to that continent that they're hiding from us, hang out there for a little bit, and then come back 30, 40 years later, and nobody knows it's the same guy. It couldn't be. That guy died, I don't know.
They put it in movies all the time.
Yeah? What was that one where that guy, was that
Time
Meet
Machine.
Joe Black? What was
Which
that
one?
Did you see Meet Joe Black?
No.
I've seen this one,
That's
yeah.
like that guy, he doesn't never get old.
Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of them.
And that's pretty crazy because you meet a girl, you fall in love, and then you're with her, you marry her and shit, and she starts turning into an old woman, and you don't turn into an old man. I mean, what do you do with something like that? You'd have to like fake your death or something and come back somewhere else as somebody else.
Mm-hmm. That would be the case, Adrenochrome wouldn't be so popular in their ranks, wouldn't be the most expensive drug in the world, but it is.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. Oh man, it's like I want to know where shit's coming from, and if you know where that adrenochrome's coming from, fuck that. No, that's like that. Then people pay like god awful amounts of money to get this coffee that's been eaten by some rodent that lives down in the rainforest. This rodent eats the coffee beans and then shits them out, and then they harvest the beans from the animal's shit. And these elite people pay like ungodly sums of money for coffee made from those beans. What the? Yeah, give me some of that butt coffee. That's what I'm after. Give me some of that. Oh, this fucking coffee.
How you call shitty business?
This coffee tastes shit. It tastes like shit. Well, there's a good reason for that. That's gourmet coffee.
And the color is fucking the same, man. I'm not saying anything, It's brown.
It's like the deer shit. You know how the deer shit is like small.
Yeah.
Look.
Well,
it's very
see,
simple,
that's what confuses me, right? Okay, so like a rabbit eats grass, right? And it shits out these little balls, right? And a deer eats grass and he shits out these like kind of bigger balls and stuff, right? So a cow eats grass and a horse eats grass, but they shit out this nasty gob that just plops on the ground, especially with a cow. Why is that, LJ? See, I told you.
Maybe their stomachs.
See, I told you didn't know shit.
I think maybe their stomachs. Probably some of
Yeah,
their
good
stomach.
one.
I've heard a cow has like a bunch of stomachs, so
See, you don't know shit.
no, I don't. Hell no.
Okay.
That was a joke, like man is asking woman about the currency of the USA. It's dollar. In the euro, yeah. And what to use this plastic stuff, for sex, condom. And then he's asking about the river in the Bulgaria. I don't know. For fuck's sake, I can only speak with you about the money and sex. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield had a good one. He's like his wife. He's like, my wife hit a tree and she blamed the tree and she hugged the whore. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, my wife is driving like thunder so fast. No, each tree is attracting her.
It's gravity, tree gravity.
My name is Amy Doris. In 1997, I attended the US Open. We went to Donald Trump's VIP box. I went into the bathroom. When I came out, Trump was standing there. He was not waiting to go to the bathroom. He was waiting for me. He kind of grabbed me and tried to kiss me. He was touching me all over my body. I pushed him away. I could not move. He just shoved his tongue in my mouth, started kissing me. It was so forceful. It was not pleasant. It was not welcomed. It was not consensual. I literally used my teeth to push his tongue out of my mouth. It was violating and it was traumatic. I thought it was my fault. Seeing the Access Hollywood video made me realize that Donald Trump is a serial sexual predator. He says he's going to protect women. He harms women. He has no respect for women. It is a danger to our society to put this man back in the White House. It's like, when will this stop?
Anti-Psychopath Pack Inc. is responsible.
Psychopath Pack Inc.
Look, it won't ever stop because people are all the time participating in their own and our enslavement because they are voting. If they wouldn't vote, they would only get like a 20% of people who are entitled to vote. They wouldn't have a social vote, and they wouldn't be able to create government unless they would add, piles of votes to the urns. That's it. Other than that, they wouldn't be able to, because 20% wouldn't be even 50%. So they wouldn't have a social mandate, and all the governments will be fucking dissolved. That would be beautiful, but won't happen because brainwashing it's working on TV 24/7.
Well, I think people are snapping out of it, though. I really do.
Slowly but surely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of shit like this.
In 1290, all Jews were kicked out of England. In 1306, they were expelled from France. In 1430, exiled from Germany, followed by Spain and Portugal. They were also driven out of Russia, boycotted in Italy, and time after time, tossed out of every major European city. But why? At a time when Christians were studying physics, art and astronomy, the Muslims focused on maths, medicine and poetry. But the Jewish community, from cousins and uncles to neighbors and friends, disproportionately worked in finance. Riba and usury banned interest, which gave the Jews a monumental advantage. Wherever they settled, centuries of financial knowledge plus interest allowed them to prosper tremendously, to the point they would own most important assets within every empire. This meant kings and peasants alike all borrowed from the Jews, and when crisis hit the empire, repayment was no longer an option.
Okay, I have to comment that.
My name is Amy Doris. In 1990,
Please listen now very carefully. It's very important to know the history instead of knowing a history, which is usually made up by winners and the agenda propaganda. Always learn from the history or you're doomed to repeat mistakes. One thing which we know from history that we do not learn from history. What we have learned about the kicking out Jews, the kicking out doesn't help because they grow somewhere else. What we should have do, stop them and get rid of them once and for all. If it would happen, if it would happen, we wouldn't have this issue.
Yeah,
that's the problem. They will only kick out. If you would stop them, put them in a certain place, get rid of them, we wouldn't be in this shit now. But we are.
We're coming to
go.
find out. We're coming to find out that all history is false. It's been made up.
That's true as well. Yeah.
So we can't learn from history if we don't know what history is. So we've got to try and find out what the actual history was. And when this is another reason why the little season is making sense to me, because the little season starts and they're allowed to just go wherever they want and do whatever they want. And no one's kicking them out of anywhere.
Yeah.
A couple of 100 years ago, maybe 250 years ago.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I have to agree that that's a.
Because when was the last time, according to mainstream history, when was the last time that group was kicked out of somewhere? Would have been.
Yeah, but I think they have.
It's around 250 years, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Where was the last place that they were?
I think they have learned their lesson, because now they know that America is in control and they're controlling America. So, and now they have infiltrated other governments as well. Each government, even in Poland. So now they play the long game, long shot.
But see, here's the thing. Is that I can see where somebody would say, yeah, we need to get rid of them for all blah, 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 and that kind of thing like that. But then you're no better than them. You understand? Because they believe wholly in their hearts.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
That they're all their that the Palestinians, the Arabs, are just a blight on them and a drain on them, and that they just need to go because that's their land and la la la. Yeah, I'm playing devil's advocate here, right?
Yeah.
And so based on that belief, they're committing wholesale genocide. Well, we couldn't go about that as a solution at all. The best thing that you could do would be to be very wary about, who you're putting where and who's running what,
That's true.
and that can be ended. That shit can be ended. It was ended in 1936. Okay. They went in, he stopped the usury banks. He stopped all the vice that was controlled by them, the pornography, the prostitution, the trafficking, the narcotics, all that shit, right? And that really hit a blow.
That's true.
That really hit a blow, so much so that this is why Judea declares war on Germany.
That's true. But for how long we get rid of it? Now they are back again.
Mm-hmm.
The Shlomo and other pedophiles, the blood sacrifice, blood label, other shit.
Yeah,
it's back again.
It's almost over, man. It's almost over.
Yeah. But the thing is, we have to make a distinction. Yes, if we look at the Palestine, and they want to get rid of Palestine, we want to get rid of them. But there's slight difference because they are devil worshippers and they want to get rid of everyone.
Yeah.
For them, everyone is an enemy.
Embracement of evil is kind of a bad thing, I would say, and so that needs to be, well, see, like I'm about to go into this video about our education, which is of course controlled by them as well.
Yeah.
So are people really privy to this information? No, instead they're brainwashed. Yeah. That they're a chosen people and that they have this right and that they're special. Mm-hmm. There's places even telling kids that they're just better people than you are, and you're just going to have to accept that. It's like, look, what the fuck are you talking about?
I kinda don't blame them really, because they have been brainwashed, like you said, in this way, and they believe in their god Ramfan, Star of Ramfan, and so on, and making sacrifices to their god. So
I think 80% of them don't even believe in God. I mean, 80. Yeah,
they're all atheists.
They're atheists.
No, they believe in Satan. They won't tell you that straight away, but they believe in Satan. That's the only ones who are like, let's say, normal Jews who do not really believe in the Zionism and the state of Israel. They are, let's say, normal Jews. So they think they believe in the Yahweh, but they don't, because it's still Ramfan. They don't even know their own religion. That's the problem, because all of them, nearly no exceptions.
Well, they don't need to hear any more than getting to have 1,000 goy slave. You know, hey, that sounds good to me. I'm in.
It's kind of like it's so God's. Yeah, we're part of God's chosen people, but you don't believe in God. Yeah, I do for the choosing part.
Right.
Yep.
Very selective faith.
Very well said. Very well
It's
said.
like
Yeah.
it's like something out of a Larry David or a Seinfeld sort of show.
Exactly. But yeah, you know who ran McGraw Hill, don't you? That's where all your school books, at least in the U.S. In the U.S., that's where the school books come from. Wait till you hear this. I knew this for a while, but a lot of people don't know this.
If you grew up in the US, you were about to question your entire worldview. It turns out that the founder of McGraw Hill is Ghislaine Maxwell's dad. If you forgot about McGraw Hill, well,
Okay,
it's the
good now.
company that
Okay.
produced all of your textbooks from elementary through high school. Maxwell's goal with McGraw Hill was to dominate the entire US education market, which they did. But what you should know is that Maxwell was infamous for sneaking Israeli spy software into governments and financial institutions around the world. Most notably, he allegedly had snuck the software called Prism into Los Alamos, where the US was developing the nuclear bomb. The British government believed that Robert was part of Mossad and had him classified as a double, if not triple agent. Robert Maxwell also owned a massive publication called the Daily Mirror, which had direct ties to the Israeli government. They even ratted out one of the informants to the Israeli government, which ultimately had that individual kidnapped, taken to Israel, and imprisoned for 18 years. We all know that Robert's daughter, Ghislaine, is sitting in prison right now for one of the most horrific operations in human history. And Robert also pulled off one of the biggest corporate frauds ever recorded in history. He had stolen almost $500 million in his employees' pension funds to maintain political power and fund his businesses, which collapsed after he died. I'm going to wrap this video by reminding you once more, he was the owner of McGraw Hill, the textbooks that you and I learned everything about the world from. I'm the founder of Interval, a platform designed to surface the headlines that we know are being.
Anyway,
But what he's talking about? Jean Maxwell is in the jail for the crime. What crime? They were children sold, but there were no customers. So what he's talking about, you know?
Right?
No customers. What the fuck?
Well, meanwhile, we got this kind of shit going on, you know? What if a guy came into Congress? What if one of our Congress went in to session and he had served with and was still a member of the French army? And he came into Congress wearing his uniform to serve as a congressman. Would that be appropriate?
It would be definitely very interesting. A lot of shit would happen.
Well, apparently you can be a citizen of Israel and the United States and serve in our Congress, as well as be an IDF soldier and serve in the Congress. What?
But you know, Israel, it's totally out of the picture because they don't take it into consideration because Israel is the biggest friend. So if you are Israeli, you cannot make anything wrong because you are better than American. That's it.
Who was it? Who didn't get to see their birthday? Leung? I don't know. I'm missing shit in the chat. I see stuff from time to time, and I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Anyway, fuck shit up and steal as much as possible, and then move. Assimilate a new sect of whatever religion, job done. Boom. Yeah. They were very nomadic in that respect. Well, way off topic, but crazy video. Thief steal ATM using chains from a store. Oh my God. Let me see. Is that over here? Let me look at something. Let me see. How long is it? Oh, this ought to be pretty good. Yeah, this is the level of brightness that we see in our world right now. Let me pull this up real quick. This is what Mr. Tahiti just put on. So it's premiering right now. Okay, so this guy's looking around. What's going on over here? Somebody's flipping shit. Is there audio to this? No, there's none. Oh my God, what is this guy doing? Oh, he must have busted in the window or something, and he's got a chain or a cable. He's hooking it onto the ATM machine. Oh, fuck me. Holy sheep shit.
I think I missed the frame. Did he pull it off or not?
Yeah, watch. Hold on.
Go back.
Right here. Watch here.
Yeah.
He gets out of the way. This guy comes
Right. Okay, he flying now. Yeah.
That cable straightened out and fucked them shelves all up, man. Let's see.
It was like a 2 frames, maybe. I missed it.
Let's go a little faster with it.
You know what? I was going
Clean
to
up
say.
at all 9. Clean up at all 9.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
You know, I was going to say the color of skin of this guy, but people would say I'm racist before even started. I was suspecting that.
Here we go. Comes up with it. This is how he did it. Hit it with a sledgehammer. Pulled his cable out.
But you can see unless the car is stolen, you know, because you can see plates. Even closer to camera, right? And it's pretty new, 24th.
Now, how are they going to get that? Oh!
This needs a
Why don't they back up and put it in the fucking van?
Too heavy, I think.
Not very well planned out at all.
No, they didn't think it through.
I mean, this part was pretty elaborate, but shit, they could have just backed up, thrown it in the back. If they'd had a couple more guys with them, they could have. I think 2 guys could get that thing. If they was determined enough, they could get it in the back of that truck, but I'd have a 3rd man at least. Oh my God. Holy crap, man. There he is over here.
Yeah. The question is it real or is it AI? Because nowadays it's very hard to say.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Was it reported from some TVs, some stations, or just one video? Because if it wasn't reported, there's a high chance it's AI.
Yeah. I don't even know where it was. Oh, it was CBS News. It's on CBS News' channel.
Oh, right. Okay. So this one is real. Cheers.
Yeah. I don't know how long ago it went up. Maybe 5 days ago. Yeah. Well, yeah. Duh. The date was on the fucking thing. I should have known. I got to send that to somebody. Hang on. This is fucked. This is so fucked. Where's, damn it. I'm just going to share it on Facebook and then I can fucking do it from there. There. No, I got too many of these things open. Get back here. Yeah, this is this disgraceful stooge I was talking about. Watch this.
So if you're talking about the tabs open, I have as many that it's not enough on a top bar. I need to scroll it. I need to close, and then it appears. You know.
I just don't like it being so messy like that. You know.
I know, but I sorted. You know, I even copied the links. You know, to have it.
Yeah.
With Flash or whatever, you know, to have it back.
And this is the guy I'm talking about down here on the right.
Like, what is this? I think it's the weirdest thing. Brian Mast shows up in an IDF uniform in the Congress. I don't know Brian Mast. I'm sure he's a delightful person, but like, Are you allowed to show up in a foreign military uniform in the Congress?
I don't think it's I don't. It's like waving a foreign flag on the floor.
But they're all over.
But he served over there in the IDF. Yeah.
How can an American serve in a foreign military and keep a citizenship?
I have no idea. It's the same thing as how can foreign-born people serve and be members of Congress? I don't understand how.
But serving in a foreign military, that's pretty serious.
Yes. You swear an oath and you swear your allegiance to fight and die for that country. You're saying, I'm willing to die for this country, but then you can serve in our countries.
I'm Brian Mast, and if support for Israel is important for you, then I do hope that you'll consider me as your next congressman. I proudly gave Israel the work of my hands, and I couldn't be more proud to say that I served alongside both the defenders of the United States of America and the defenders of Israel.
What do you know what? She was inaccurate.
Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
She was very inaccurate.
$779,000. $750,000 that fucker been getting.
It's not USA, it's Israel. So same country, So what she's talking about, man?
Oh, I'm waiting for him to try to make it a state. Just to protect them. We ain't got no more room on this flag. No vacancy.
No, they'll get their own big star in the middle of the stripes.
Yeah, American flag has already enough stars. You don't need one more. The Israeli one.
Oh God! So this was good. Y'all got kids? How many of y'all got kids?
Nope, not I'm aware of.
No, not yet.
Not yet. All right.
I have kids, and that's about it.
Probably I'm too old for that.
You'll be. This was funny as shit because this is exactly how kids are. This guy says it perfect, man. I don't know what this guy on the right's there for, but
just look at y'all kids and be like, what the hell is going on up there? Like, how do their brains even work? These kids will literally build entire worlds in Minecraft, trap zombies, run farms, fight off pixelated dragons, but can't even put a new trash bag in the bin without looking like they're trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. Like it's a bag. You shake it, you open it, you shove it in. That's it. Why are you holding it like it's a wet washcloth? They got the processing power of a NASA satellite when it comes to Roblox, but you tell them to go reheat some chicken nuggets and it's all of a sudden too hard. They can operate an iPad like they're training to be an FBI hacker. Full multi-window mode, editing YouTube videos, play Minecraft, streaming Netflix, and texting all the same. But ask them to turn on the air fryer, that's literally used daily, same 3 buttons every time. Then it's too complicated. Standing there staring at it and sweating like they're trying to defuse a bomb. No matter how many times you tell them to clean their fucking room, it still look like FEMA needs to step in. These kids are wild, man. It's like they're little CEOs of nonsense. Efficient when it benefits them, and helpless when it doesn't. They can scam their way into buying $12 worth of Robux, but can't remember to flush the damn toilet. Every day I wake up and I wonder if this is going to be the day that they figure out how to turn off a light. Nope. Just vibes. Darkness. Not their problem. Electric bill. Who? Never heard of her. But go tell them to turn on the light to find something. They lose everything except their attitude. They'll misplace a shoe, a jacket, their entire damn backpack, but somehow never forget how to talk back with the precision and confidence of a prosecuting attorney. Like you said that yesterday at 3:47. How the hell you remember that but can't find your left sock? Since you know everything, what's 7 times 8? Watch him stumble. Now go ask him what Mr. Beast did last week. Oh, he gave away 10 Teslas, cured blindness, and challenged Elon Musk to a staring contest. And just when you think it can't get any worse, they hit you with the bruh. You got tartar buildup and no job and calling me bruh like we went to high school together. You know what bruh should stand for? Broke rascals, unqualified for humanity. Call me that shit again and I'm filing taxes in your name just to prove a point. We love them, but y'all got us teetering on the edge of drinking dish soap and calling it a smoothie. But hey, they'll probably run the world one day, right? Yeah, right after they ask us how to microwave pizza rolls for the 500th time.
Yeah, pretty good take, to be honest.
And I think that can be said about every generation, really. It's just the context, iPad instead of whatever it was at the time, Coleco football or whatever. You remember those? The little fucking football game, little digital football games that they had.
Yeah, I was playing that. We had like a Russian eggs, butts. There were a few. Yeah.
Well, this was back before they invented color on TV. And this was a American activist, Kwame Ture, and he's describing Zionism. This is pretty good. Listen, this has been out there for a while, but it's been so suppressed that people and this fear people have had about even saying anything, you know.
Was a man by the name of Theodor Herzl, Herzl. He was the founder of Zionism. He said that he was going to find the state that God promised the Jews. Listen to this very carefully. This man, Herzl, was an atheist. He believed that there was no God. He said God did not exist. Now, how is it that a man who believes that God does not exist is going to find a state that God promised to his chosen people? This man is Satan in disguise. Zionism is a satanic movement. It is devil. It is imperialism. It is racist. It has gone and taken the lands of the Palestinian people and through terrorism has driven them out. And through terrorism, it maintains its power. And the United States of America, with over 6 million homeless, sends to Israel billions and billions and billions of dollars everywhere to bomb Palestinian people while homeless people are here and unemployed are here. Zionism is going to raise this war and make the people of America become clear to what it is and become anti-Zionist and stop the aid to Israel and use the money to take care of the homeless in this country.
Yep, I have a few videos about the Herzl.
What's that? What's that, Janos?
I was saying that I have few videos about the Herzl, the founder of the freaking Zionist movement and the Jewish state, the idea of Jewish state.
Real Theodore. He's a good guy. Wait a second. What was this? Oh yeah, this is something they're finding out too. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me grab it real quick. Let's see. Yeah. So they're looking into Trump now heavier than shit and going. There was somebody from the Trump or from the beauty pageant that came out, did a video. He said, I can't stay quiet anymore. And he said something to the effect of, you got to look into Billy Bush, who was along with Trump setting up these pageants. But this is where he got the shit. This is where this is.
They're going to this video in the algorithm because they don't want us talking about this. So please, if you can, like, repost, comment, anything you can. One of Donald Trump's former personal employees who worked for the pageant which Donald Trump owned called the Miss Teen America Beauty Pageant stated that anyone who is looking for more answers about Donald Trump's connection to Jeffrey Epstein needs to be looking into the Miss Teen America Beauty Pageant, which Donald Trump owned
for years. And I really didn't want to get into this because this is not in my job description, and it's very dangerous to come out with this publicly. The smoking gun is Miss USA and Miss Teen USA, the pageants which Donald Trump owned for years. Now, how do I know? Because I was one of the judges in these pageants. I trained dozens and dozens of the winners and the runners up in public speaking to promote their platform. This is all I'm going to say about this. If you're in the media and you're looking for information, start with Billy Bush. Billy Bush hosted the Miss USA, Miss Teen USA multiple times. Nancy O'Dell is another one. And then go down the rabbit hole from there. There are people that know a lot more than those two, but start there. They're celebrities and start there, go down the rabbit hole. And I think what you're going to find is going to be very, very upsetting.
The story just keeps seeming to get darker and darker, and Donald Trump's involvement seems more and more evident. With 1 million more Epstein documents on the way, God only knows what we're going to find out.
So I'm wondering if there's anything in the comments that addresses any of that. A lot of them
find. It's very easy. All of them, they are the same shit. All of them, they are pedophiles. All of them, they're blood drinkers. And all of them, they are rapists. It's as simple as that. Is that surprising? Not at all.
Well, they're so used to, getting anything they want to. That's the whole thing. Yeah. Like, and they're these spoiled rich kids that are now man-childs. And they're still spoiled rich kids that don't know the meaning of the word no. They do whatever the fuck they want to, and they buy their way out of trouble. That song just popped into my head all of a sudden for no reason. Fortunate Son by yeah, it just popped into my head.
Great song.
What are they going to name their new Trump class battleship do you think? They call it the USS Bone Spurs. Motherfucker stayed out of Vietnam because he had bone spurs. See, dude, he was cushy rich enough that they could have given him an officer's position and put him in the rear someplace. He still could have stayed out of harm's way. But no, he'd have gone in as a second Louis and somebody would have zapped him on the first patrol. That's the reality of that. He's the type right there, go in as a butter bar Louis and want to be telling the E6 who's been through 5
Like this.
Yeah.
USS Pussy Grabber.
USS Pussy Grabber. No, not Wayward Son.
Man, just fucking killed me with his sex.
Bone made to wave a flag. Ooh, they point the cannon at you. Oh.
And when the band plays Hail to the Chief, ooh, what's the next thing on it? I don't remember.
Throw down the walls.
I know that song was mandatory on any chopper missions in Vietnam.
We've certainly seen that in the movies, haven't we?
Every fucking movie, they always have the choppers coming in playing Fortunate Son. Oh, this is a Vietnam movie. Okay, we got it.
Certainly, Forrest Gump had it, I think.
Yeah, we watched that just the other night.
Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, we watched that just the other night. I hadn't seen it in years, you know. Yeah, that's wow. That's really crazy. Little coincidences like that regarding movies. One fellow that was up here the other night, he was talking about, I was scrolling through a folder I have of old B movies from like the 50s and 60s and shit. And I got some crazy cheesy science fiction movies and shit like in there. And he says, I watched something on TV the other day. It was called The Devil Woman from Mars. And I was right there on my screen and I look, and one of the movies I had was Devil Woman from Mars. And so I pulled up a picture of her off of this. I pulled up the movie, you know, and scrolled it to a place where the Devil Woman was at. And I says, is this it? And he goes, yeah. And I said, that's too coincidental. And here you would talk about Forrest Gump. And I just saw the movie like 2 nights ago, I think. Or maybe it was, I don't know, because sometimes I'll do that. It's hard to tell. It just sucks so bad. It was like only 5:30. It was 5:30. And I'm sitting on the couch. And I started nodding off, falling asleep. And it's all because it's dark out. It's all just because it's dark out. And we ain't getting hardly any daylight hours. You know, so.
That's a melatonin thing.
Yeah.
Melatonin in.
Yeah, you get like, we're photosynthetic, man, in a way. We need the sun. And when you start getting that, man, that lack of it, you start getting tired. You start getting lethargic. You don't want to fucking do nothing, you know? Like, God.
Have you heard about the dark year where there was no sun for over a year in the early 1800s?
Yes, I have. Well, there was another time too, what is it, 546 AD is what the date that they say it was. But there was supposedly, their explanation was that, well, I'll just tell you what happened, is that the sky grew dark. There was no sunlight. Crops didn't grow. And this was for like 5 years or 7 years, something like that. And of course, it was pestilence and famine. And, you know, people were dying and shit. Their explanation is that there was several volcanoes that all went off at the same time, and the ash clouds were obscuring the sun. I don't think that's what happened.
All of these cataclysmic events happened around, not including the early 1800s darkness, but the ones throughout the so-called Dark Ages.
Yeah,
that's where they've inserted time that didn't exist. They all happened at the start.
Yep,
it was all part of the so-called end times, which I think it's already happened. Part of the tribulation.
You all right, buddy? Well, my Fabio over here made a weird noise. I was just looking to see if he was okay. Poor old feller. He was over there whimpering a little bit ago. I don't know what he was going on about. I think he was dreaming about something or whatever. But yeah, listen, this is one too. Jimmy Dore, he's gotten to a point where he's just calling it out too. This is
The problem with Turning Point USA is that they're not going to get away from the Israel question because the younger generation has turned on Israel, including conservatives. They thought by getting rid of Charlie Kirk that they would be able to go full Zionism at TPUSA and this would all go away. Well, it's not going away. That happened just after AmFest. Listen to this.
Conservatives that question foreign aid to Israel get called anti-Semitic by some other conservatives. So am I anti-Semitic for questioning $38 billion sent in the last year while we have homeless American veterans on the streets in need of aid?
What's the premise of your own question?
I think there are some issues with Israel. I think AIPAC should register with FARA. I don't know how much collateral damage should be having in Gaza, but there's a certain limit of how many innocent children and women that should not be dying.
Does not look good for the Zionist takeover of TPUSA. There is a Zionist takeover of TPUSA for sure. Doesn't look good for them.
people in the crowd are noticing, you know, they're like, wait a second, there's this real heavy duty shift. I mean, we know that Kirk was out there pushing the Zio line, but now it's gone full tilt Zio, you know, and people are going, hey, wait a minute here. What the fuck is going on?
It's hardest for the Christians in those Zionist churches. It's hard for them to snap out of it because they've had the programming for decades. So they truly believe that if you don't bless Israel, you're cursed.
Look,
so,
I know. You know that
that's so ingrained in their teachings.
You know, by two Bibles.
That comes from Darby and Schofield.
Yes, exactly. And from my perspective, you cannot really call yourself Christian if you are supporting Synagogue of Satan. You just cannot, because you're supporting by proxy David's agenda, David's plan. You can't. You can't be called yourself Christian because you're standing for Satan. Simple as that. So whoever calls himself Christian Zionist, which is freaking oxymoron, he's anti-Jesus because he's supporting his enemy. That's it. Simple. Nothing added. Nothing to add.
It's an oxymoron, like sovereign citizen.
Yeah, exactly.
Or dry water, you know, dry water.
Right, dehydrated water.
Free slave.
Atheist Jew.
Yeah, free slave.
Yeah, free slave.
Yeah, like
which
I say,
exactly
you cannot
what
be half Jew, half Christian. You cannot be half pregnant. You are or you are not. It's as simple as that.
So, you know, when they talk about the Nephilim, I think their genes are still around.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just giants. Okay, it wasn't just giants. Think of all these different chimeric creatures from history. Fairies, nymphs, things like that.
Genes.
Yeah, I mean, where did
like
these
Islam,
where were they?
Goblins.
So this is kind of interesting.
Blood,
goblins,
all
right?
this kind of stuff. Ogres and so on, giants, all about. What's that? What he has on the fucking head?
A horn
or something?
Yeah, this guy had a horn growing symmetrically out both sides of his head. And well, let this guy tell it.
So like people think that like the Nephilim are they were only giants. They weren't giants. They were pretty small too. There were small things, duendes, gnomes, elves, dwarves. These things were also Nephilim creatures. The fairy folk, like they were called the Tuatha is what they called them. And so it was like a race of small animal mixed with human, mixed with other things that became like fairies that kidnapped children and drank their blood and did all kinds of things. Like this is what fairies are from. Fairies were light skinned, which is why they called them fairies. So this is their fair. And so like this is all tethered to the Nephilim. So there was big Nephilim and there was little Nephilim. There was all kinds of different sizes. Like if you don't, what makes you think if it's going to make a giant, it wouldn't make something small as well? And in fact, like a lot of this stuff is distortions of Nephilim genetics mixing with human genetics. And so we can see remnants of the human leftover Nephilimized genetic sequence in our society today. There's a guy, type in Ali Onter. Look at that. Yeah, there you go.
What is that?
Bro, he has symmetrical horns growing out of his face. Scroll down. Right there. Look, there's some videos, you'll find them too. He went to a doctor, they cut off his other horn, and he died in an operation.
News.com.au, Australia.
Just scroll down, there's more.
Man with horn-like growth in head dies after botched operation. Australia's leading news site for latest headlines.
That's interesting. I've never seen this one.
He was that chap there was the one who did the where they were using the Google research tool to find that they were searching Naveed Akram 2 days before the Bondi incident.
Oh, really?
He's got his channel's called Demon Eraser, I think.
That was on another. That wasn't that. That's not the channel. That was. That guy just reposted it or something.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, this is this one's a little bit. It's 4 minutes, but very interesting. I've saved a lot of cool shit since yesterday. Oh yeah, that's interesting too. Okay.
Reporter covering this pedophile ring. Julie K. Brown is the Miami Herald reporter whose investigation led to the arrests of Epstein and Maxwell. She just posted, quote, "Does somebody at the DOJ want to tell me why my American Airlines booking information and flights in July 2019 are part of the Epstein files, attached to a grand jury subpoena? As the flight itinerary includes my maiden name, and I did book this flight, why was the DOJ monitoring me?" And she included a document from the files that outlines her travel from July 2019. Now, a few things to point out here about that particular moment in time. The president in July 2019 was Donald Trump, meaning Trump's DOJ was tracking this reporter who was investigating Jeffrey Epstein. Also at that time, Trump's labor secretary was a guy named Alexander Acosta, the former U.S. attorney who gave Epstein a sweetheart non-prosecution deal, who was in his position until the same month, July 2019, at which point he resigned. Just weeks later, on August 10th, 2019, Epstein was found dead in his prison cell. Now, that might all be a coincidence, and it might not. The news raises a lot of questions, chief among them, why was the Trump administration, Trump's own DOJ, tracking and investigating the reporter who was investigating Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell? Why were they tracking her travel? Were they following Julie Brown before Epstein's arrest on July 8th or after Epstein's arrest? And finally, what did Trump's DOJ know that it felt the need to launch this investigation? I want to be clear. It is not normal for the DOJ to start tracking reporters, and certainly not their personal air travel. So ask yourself why the DOJ might have been especially interested in this particular reporter. Remember, as I mentioned before, Trump appointed the U.S. attorney who gave Epstein his sweetheart deal as a cabinet member, which frankly wouldn't be the first time that Trump has done a favor for someone in Epstein's orbit. This is how he's spoken about Ghislaine Maxwell, for example, who's Epstein's accomplice and a fellow rapist, when asked about her publicly.
Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison, and so a lot of people want to know if she's going to turn in powerful people. I know you've talked in the past about Prince Andrew, and you've criticized Bill Clinton's behavior. I'm wondering, do you feel that she's going to turn in powerful men? How do you see that working out?
I don't know. I haven't really been following it too much. I just wish her well, frankly. I've met her numerous times over the years, especially since I lived in Palm Beach, and I guess they lived in Palm Beach. But I wish her well, whatever it is. I don't know the situation with Prince Andrew. Just don't know. Not aware of it.
The other day, a reporter asked you about Ghislaine Maxwell.
You wish her well. He wishes everyone well. Why wouldn't he wish her well? In fact, Trump's consistently been notably shy when it comes to offering any of the Epstein files publicly.
Would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would. I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least.
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others.
So look, the reality is that I am the furthest thing from a conspiracy theorist, but there are a lot of pieces to this that seem to tell a pretty clear story. Trump was obviously close with Epstein for years. Epstein himself called Trump his closest friend for a decade. Epstein trafficked Virginia Giuffre from Trump's Mar-a-Lago spa. Trump then wins the presidency, appoints the guy who let Epstein off with a slap on the wrist to a cabinet position. Then in a 2018 message, Epstein said about Trump, quote, "I am the one able to take him down." In July 2019, Trump's DOJ is tracking Julie K. Brown, the reporter who is investigating Epstein. Around the same time, Epstein then gets arrested while Trump is president, incarcerated by the Bureau of Prisons while Trump is president, and then is found dead with no video footage while Trump is president. Then in 2024, Trump wins the presidency again and suddenly decides 1,000 FBI agents need to be dedicated to redacting his name out of the Epstein files. He's all over this thing in documents and photos. Then Dan Bongino, who staked his entire brand on exposing the men involved with the Epstein ring, announces his retirement from the FBI. Pam Bondi reneges on her promise to release the files on her desk. The DOJ breaks the law that required the release of all the files by December 19th. And finally, Trump blurts out over Christmas that the DOJ should just stop releasing any files that pertain to Republicans. I'm sorry, but what the fuck are we doing here? Even if this was an after-school special on TV, the writers would be accused of being too heavy-handed. What's next? Trump puts on a shirt that reads, "Not involved with Jeffrey Epstein"? The bad news for the Trump team is that Julie's confusion about being tracked is reaching the right people. The House Oversight Committee Democrats tweeted, the Department of Justice needs to explain why travel information and booking itineraries for journalists are in the Epstein files.
Wow. So I was thinking, man, it sounds like it's playing at fast speed, but it was playing at normal speed. I figured out what he did. He recorded the video and then like turned the speed up so that he could shorten the length down, probably to fit within the timeline for a TikTok video or something.
Yeah, and possibly wouldn't be taken out because the system would recognize the text because it's faster. Because sometimes it's just banning the stuff if it's used from the different video. Look, I've dropped a link to J-pop. We can watch this one. It's pretty good, short but good.
All right. My wife sent me a picture of Jack Nicholson's son, and that boy looks a lot like Charlie Kirk. If you think to Google Jack Nicholson's son. Why is it doing this to me? Because it's a oh, you fucking asshole thing. All right. I can't back it. It won't let me back it up. What the fuck? How do I back it up? I don't know. I better just go ahead and share it. That's a weird format. I don't know what that video format is, but it doesn't let me do much with it.
Guys look like little boys,
No.
pretty little boys. It's because a Japanese man who was grew up in San Francisco. He's very rich. He loves young little boys. He went back to Japan. He's the founding father of Japanese pop.
Yeah.
So he started to get those pretty little boys to take those
Makes
hormone
sense.
things. So they maintain 14 years old, and he all of them. But because Japanese culture is the hierarchy. They don't, even though they were. They thank him for making them famous, and then it influenced all Asia's beauty standard on men. Even you see Asian men now, the K-pop guys, they all look white skin, skinny little girls.
Yeah.
Because this one single Japanese American shaped the beauty standard of Asian men. Do you?
Good one, isn't it?
That's creepy, man. That's totally
freaking
creepy.
everywhere, man. Everywhere, those freaking pedophiles.
Oh, okay. This is pretty good too. Whoa, shit! I didn't want that to happen. Fuck.
So this picture you were saying about the Jack Nicholson son. I'm interested in how it looks like.
Now I go like this. There. Now it's back. Cool. Have to go share screen. Yeah, like that. So this is this guy's kind of serious, man.
2016, in that interview that Katie Johnson did, she's filed suit against Epstein and Trump. The interview that she did describing in detail things that Trump had done, his little frickin' scenarios, what he was having the girls do and what he was saying. Listen to that shit. She's a 13-year-old girl. Do you think she's making that shit up? Are you effing kidding me? And listen to that shit. Does that not sound exactly like what we've seen in Trump in every other regard? Just power, sick, fuck, Go listen to those interviews. Spend a few minutes. It's not tremendously long, but give that a listen. It's a 13-year-old girl talking about what was done to her.
People are supporting that guy. He's still making excuses for him. Like, no, we're not going to do that. Well, you know what? Even back in the day, now I think that because they knew Nixon's true feelings is one of the reasons that the whole Watergate thing happened. Why he ended up being taken out of office or resigning, should I say. But listen, this is him talking. And the other person he's talking to is Billy Graham.
Remember, yeah.
Yeah, the evangelist. Listen here.
What he has is a bunch of real left-wing group. That's it. He's got a bunch of left-wing writers, and they put it in him, and that's the way he is.
And they all come from one group.
I know.
You look at their names, you know.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's the whole thing is a Jewish group.
Well, you see, the Bible teaches that there is the synagogue of Satan. In other words, there are two groups. There's the group in Israel that are going back. They don't know why they're going back, but they're going back driven by God, because I believe we're getting toward the end of things. And then there's the second group that the Bible calls the synagogue of Satan, and it's that crowd that puts out all of your literature, the pornographic literature. They're the ones that are the left-wingers. They're the revolutionary leaders. They're the ones that control the media.
What he has is a bunch of real left.
Yep. Now we know why he has been removed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Watergate and so on.
Right. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. Something about that the CIA's got these. All right, that we live in like a hologram. These documents that say we live in a hologram. Now, from one standpoint, I can kind of see but I think it's deeper than that. I really do.
All right, so the CIA dropped documents saying that we're living inside a hologram. Not maybe, not theoretically. No, your entire life is basically a rendered environment, and your brain is the controller. Let's talk about it. So the doc is called the Gateway Experience, and inside of it, the CIA literally says reality is a projection. You ain't hear what I said, right? Not physical, not solid, a self-generated simulation your conscious is plugged into. Like a cosmic VR headset you didn't consent to wear it. According to them, matter isn't even matter. It's just vibrations organized by your brain to make this shit look real. Crazy shit. They say you could break the simulation by syncing both sides of your brain, something called hemisync. And this is for entertainment purposes only, informational purposes only, educational purposes only. 2 different tones in each ear between 3 and 7 hertz. And suddenly your brain clicks into a higher operating system. And once you're in that state, the CIA claim you could do some crazy shit. Leave your body, remote view locations, manipulate your reality field, access information outside of time. Basically some superhuman shit. This is what they're saying. The CIA also goes as far as saying the universe is a giant holographic projection coming from a source that we can't see. Your body is the avatar. Your conscience is the player. And the game responds to your level of awareness. You heard what I just said? They tried to bury this shit. For years, these documents were classified. Let Google be your best friend. Jump down that rabbit hole. I'm out.
Right. It's very interesting. But do we really trust CIA?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I mean, it'd be easy enough to test out. I mean,
yeah.
He told you that you put the 2 frequencies, and I don't know. Maybe I'll try it. Let's see what.
Yeah, I've heard about the hemisync, and I have a few videos about the subject. So yeah, but Matrix. What was Tom Atlon, if I remember correctly, the Matrix was stolen from him, the script, and it should be called Immortals, and the script was stolen, and everyone thinks that this guy, or what's his name? He was playing Neo. Jesus, what's his name? not Nicolas Cage. Who was playing Neo? What's his name?
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Everyone thinks that he's a great guy because he's just going on the train and so on. But he exactly knew the script was stolen. So if he knew and he still has chosen to play, he's not as good as people think. So to be wherever you are in Hollywood, when you're on top, you have to be part of the freaking club. It's as simple as that. But people don't want to believe it because he's great. He's a great actor and he's a good guy. He was playing in Matrix.
Yeah. This is kind of a neat conspiracy theory. You might jump down this rabbit hole a little bit.
I want the deeper the better.
What if the conspiracy is back when America was formed, our founding fathers were actually the super rich people at the top of society, and they wanted to have control of it instead of the British government. So they whipped up a bunch of grievances and then paid a bunch of poor people to fight a war for them for independence. And then when that war was done, they pit their poor white workers against their enslaved black workers, and they pitted those poor white workers against the native population who they said, hey, you can go steal their land, to make sure that that white working population would never band together with the enslaved people or the natives, because that would be a threat to their power. And then what if they took that system and just kept renewing it year after year after year until they not only controlled the eastern seaboard, but the entire continental United States? What if all of this came to a head with a civil war in the 1800s that led to the abolition of slavery as a strategic measure to undermine the power of the South because their labor force was predominantly made up of enslaved people? But what if that abolition stopped short of full equality because the same elite wanted to keep up the class divide between their white middle class and their formerly enslaved working class, and their targeted for genocide native class? So rather than make good on their promise of 40 acres and a mule to all of the formerly enslaved people, they instead compensate the former slave owners, who then use their massive pools of wealth to make another system almost identical to slavery, but with a different facade, so they could keep up the wealth inequality that let them believe that they were superior to black people in the general. And what if they maintain that inequality all through industrialization, because it was materially advantageous to those super rich to keep their underclasses divided? And they did that all the way up until the civil rights movement, when there was massive pushback against it. So they offer them some piecemeal concessions while all the while maligning communism and socialism, the systems that would actually address the inequality that they were using to control the American populace and our entire way of life, social structures, governmental structures, educational structures, institutional structures, while they also undermined those civil rights movements and assassinated their leaders. And then over the next 50, 60 years, as people forgot the urgency and the need of those moments, those same super rich elites harken back to this time of even greater wealth and social inequality as some sort of golden era for America, so they can build support for a large fascist movement whose promise is to go back to a time before women had the right to vote, or before segregation had been abolished, or before slavery had been abolished, because they really liked the wealth and control that those versions of society gave them. And what if they have a vested interest in spreading racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, ableist ideas, classist ideas, to continue to divide the population that is beneath them so that they can continue to maintain their control and possibly push us back into one of these even more horrible versions of the system we have now? What if that's the conspiracy?
Wow.
To be honest, that makes sense. I wouldn't be surprised at all, because it sounds legit. But let's entertain the idea. So America get rid of the UK, let's say, but we have 14th Amendment, doesn't matter, let's leave it aside. how it's possible that the government owns the land? How it's possible? Who gave them the rights to own the land and later sell it to us? So later we can own it. So like India was saying, how you can buy the land? No one owns it, but
Right.
government does. Who gave them the fucking rights to own it?
So
Another thing is,
over
sorry?
on Rumble, somebody said that they somebody named Alabama John, I guess, wants me to come by when I'm free. Let me see what's the deal with Alabama John.
He can join over here.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know who he is, and so I'm just going to look up his channel.
All right, let's entertain another question I asked it before. Do I have rights, Soph, to tell you what to do? I don't.
No. Well, you can tell me.
Exactly.
I have the right. I have the right to refuse.
Exactly, because you have a choice.
You can try.
You don't have the right to yeah, exactly. You cannot say exactly to me what I have to do, but government claims that he has the rights to tell us what to do, right? And supposedly we gave them those rights to tell us what to do. So I'm asking the questions: how the fuck is possible we gave them those rights if we do not have those rights ourselves?
Right.
Seriously, and people believe in government. Give me a fucking break.
It is. It is a belief. It absolutely is a belief.
It's one of the biggest. Yeah, the same as atheism. Both of them are going hand in hand.
Let's see. Is this the
You
one?
need to consent to their offers, though.
Right.
It's true, but I don't. Yeah.
Well, or if you got to be careful too, you have to state that you refuse because your silence will be seen as consent.
Yes, exactly. Tacit agreement, right?
And you have to be in control by asking the questions, not answering questions.
Right. Yeah, never answer questions. Just be the one asking them.
Yep. Answer the question by asking
When
the question.
they say, "Are you David Kane?" If you answer yes, right,
you're done. Already,
you are the David Kane in all caps on your birth certificate, and it's not actually, that's a dead entity, and now they've got you.
Why do I assume I am one? People call me different names. You can always go this way.
Yeah, I answer to that for conducting business, but I'm a living man.
Exactly. That's why I was saying to people before that
one of those.
The most important document in your life is the document before your birth certificate, which is document which states when your parents go to hospital and the hospital gives you document you are stillborn, born, dead, whatever. If you have alive, it means you are a living man. It's the document before birth certificate. I already have it, and it states you are a living man. There is no more important document in your life. Get it. The most important document, I'm telling you.
So, yeah. I was wondering the other day, you saw where Dan Bongino is going to resign, right? He's resigned.
No, I didn't see it.
He was deputy director of the FBI under Kash Patel.
Right.
And he has resigned effective January 5th.
All right.
So now, and I was thinking this too. I was like, come on, man. Somebody there couldn't be that fucking stupid to be that sloppy with the redactions. Right? So maybe, and of course, I don't put a lot of stock into it, but maybe there were some good people that did kind of an oopsie. You know what I mean?
That's possible, yeah.
So you know how that Lake Michigan story came out with the Epstein files? That really horrific Lake Michigan story? That wasn't by mistake. Yeah. And you know how the other files came out and they were PDFs, and then people figured it out that when they opened it up in like Adobe and they just hit select all and then they copied and then they pasted it into a Word document, and wow, they found a flaw, which was it pasted into Word and you could see the entire document unredacted, not redacted. Yeah, that wasn't a mistake either.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Okay. The truth is coming out. There are people making mistakes, and the truth is already out. I mean, it's already circulating. Okay. We've got heroes, folks. We've got heroes. We have heroes in the DOJ and we have heroes in the FBI. And you better believe it. The heroes
No, we don't.
are going to release the truth to the public. The administration cannot stop it. So let's thank our
No, we
heroes
don't.
inside the DOJ and the FBI. Keep up the good work. Keep those whoopsies coming. Bravo to those who make mistakes.
Look, there are people in the government who are not stupid. Let's be serious. And they know that we are looking into this shit. So they can release certain parts of documents which they are working for their agenda. And then maybe it's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's all concocted by them to get certain outcome.
Agree.
That's possible.
Agree.
This is an analogy of Congress. How they pretend like they're actually doing something.
They're waiting for president. That's a good one. Man, that's a great work.
Yeah, like we need him.
He's helping. He's helping.
Yep.
Oh shit.
You know what? And most of the people at that platform standing around would think he is helping just by watching that.
Oh yeah. And nobody gave it a second thought. You know, nobody gave it a second thought.
And they would be convinced that without him, the trains wouldn't run.
There's that damn dog's out of water again. I'll tell you. Hang on a minute.
Just that high vis vest that he's wearing is enough to make people think, oh yeah, he's supposed to be doing that.
Well, I thought this guy was quite animated about it. Put this up here, and I'm going to get the dog some water.
Why does Fox News and the Republicans keep on saying, well, there's Democrats in the files? We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck. Lock them up. Talking about there's Dems in there. There's lefties in there. There's libs in there. The Clintons are in there. Lock them up. Bill Clinton is not the current president. What is wrong with y'all? Us people with a fucking brain are not worried about left versus right. This ain't the Crips versus the Bloods. This ain't the Redskins versus the Cowboys. This ain't the Lakers versus the Knicks. This is our real fucking life. This is the biggest criminal ring in all of our existence. Since humans been alive, every fucking country's leaders in the past 30, 40 years may be in them files. Doing heinous, things, unimaginable things. And y'all are worried about Dems. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I really want to know what the fuck. We not playing on different teams. This is our life. This is not a sports game. Are you slow?
But it doesn't matter. Question to everyone. Listen, would you arrest yourself? What's your answer?
Well,
So,
I mean,
would you
I'd have
arrest
to do
yourself?
something arrestable first, you know?
They're all part of the club. All of the people who are in the legality system, they have to be part of the club because they wouldn't be there where they are. So they won't arrest their friends. It's freaking impossible. We have to put down this system.
Hold up.
Get rid of it.
Let me see if I can find this. Damn it. Because MGT, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is this the one?
What's happening exactly with her? Because I lost track of her.
Okay, so there were people, Trump was yelling at her when she was urging him, and she kind of said that she was going to go ahead and release the names if he didn't go ahead and just release the files. And people outside of her office could hear him screaming at her on the phone. And he was saying shit, it's going to hurt my friends.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, part of the club. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Hang on one second. Let me grab.
Sure.
But this is one big show, though. This is all. It's all meant for people taking in all this information like it's all real.
Yep, it's all
Like-
concocted, prepared for us, and there are people, spin doctors who are working on this shit. They know how we operate, and to be honest, sometimes they are just pushing shit, and they are checking how far they can go, because if they push the line, so people will stop really caring, because okay, this shit, this happened, and they see and observe our reaction. Nothing happens. Okay, fuck it, we can do worse shit, and we can go with the other stuff. Nothing happens really, because really, do you see any pushback? People, we are speaking, we are talking about this stuff, we are exposing this shit, but does it really change anything? It doesn't, unless we take matters in our own hands. Because I always say, knowledge means shit if you don't act on it. As simple as that.
The hell. Well, let's see what I got here. Was I going to show that? Oh yeah, here we go.
So let's quickly discuss Aleister Crowley Jr., otherwise known as Barbara Bush. Now, one thing about Aleister Crowley Jr. was the pearl necklace. You're going to see the pearl necklace a lot on Aleister Crowley Jr. And also linebacker's build, pearl necklace. But I heard on the grapevine that this guy was very perverted, and that like for the satanic agenda, they find this inversion and like joke on society to be really funny. All it really takes is changing your voice, vocal shaving. And then you get the voice like this. But yeah, that's just the rabbit hole. Conspiracy theory. But I don't know.
Nah,
Is she
it's a woman.
passing?
You cannot be
Are
mad.
you clocking that T, anyone? Does she pass? Oh, I don't know, but God bless him. So
you can see the freaking jaw, man's jaw,
She's on the oatmeal box too.
All of them.
You guys probably don't get that over there. You know what? I was going to look and see. Maybe I had that over here.
Oh, the Quakers.
Yeah, she looks like the Quaker Oats dude. I swear to God.
And like Conspiracy Crypto said, they're all inverted. You're correct, 100%. All of them.
Oh, maybe I didn't. I might have not saved it. Shit. Well, it was interesting about the oh wait, maybe this one. Yeah, this is it. Cool. Hang on. All I gotta do is stop that screen, share this screen. Here we go.
Something caught my eye in this stunning new report in the New York Times about Marjorie Taylor Greene, where Marjorie Taylor Greene describes a conversation that she had with Donald Trump after a hearing about the Epstein files, where she threatened to list the names of the abusers in the Epstein files to the public, to tell the people who actually were the co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein. And Donald Trump apparently lost his mind and screamed at her, saying, "Those are my friends you'd be hurting. Do not do that." Let me show you this story. So here's the article if you want to read the full thing in the Times. It's called "I Was Just So Naive Inside Marjorie Taylor Greene's Break with Trump, How the Georgia Congresswoman Went from the President's Loudest Cheerleader to His Loudest Republican Critic." So I want to highlight this portion of the article right here. It says, after the hearing, Greene held a news conference at which she threatened to identify some of the men who had abused the woman. Greene says that she didn't know the names herself, but that she could have gotten them from the victims. Trump called Greene to voice his displeasure. Greene was in her Capitol Hill office, and according to a staff member, everyone in the suite of rooms could hear him yelling at her as she listened to him on speakerphone. Greene says she expressed her perplexity over his intransigence. According to Greene, Trump replied, "My friends will get hurt." Wow, wow, wow. If that's not a tell, I don't know what is, folks. This really brings you into the mindset of Trump a little bit. He views himself as a victim here for being an associate of Jeffrey Epstein. He views all of Jeffrey Epstein's co-conspirators, all the men around Jeffrey Epstein, as they are the victims, not the actual victims themselves. We're going to keep reporting on this and all the news, so make sure you're following our account and listen to the Midas Touch podcast for more.
What the fuck, man? I mean, it's that. It just screams guilt. Every bit of it. Every bit of it.
No,
why are people not marching on the White House? That they,
man, you're wrong. Trump and his friends are white hats. You are very wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Trust the plan, y'all. Trust the plan. Holy crap. Somebody left the fridge open again.
Yeah, I dropped the video. It's Sears, JP, Sears.
Okay.
We don't have to watch full, but it's pretty good take on the MK Ultra, He did a pretty good skit. It's very good on the very bottom.
And then I'm going to have to shut her down because I got to work in the morning. Stop. No, I know better. Oh, that's
It's 5 o'clock in the morning over here.
Whoa.
Yeah, I used to think the woke lefties were the dumbest people. But I reckon the cubies are worse.
Oh God, I know. They're still holding on. Kick the football, Charlie Brown. Kick the football.
That Q psyop was brilliant because what it means is the worse they do and the worse Trump does, then they go, oh, he's a genius. Like it just becomes more, oh, it's 6D chess. See, he that's the brilliance of the man, you see.
He's only acting like he's a retard.
People don't learn from the history. Bolshevik evolution, trust the plan.
Yeah.
Operation Trust.
White hats are in charge. Yeah, that's the other brilliant thing about it, is it makes people do nothing. Just sit back, just trust them. They've got it under control. White hats. Trust the plan.
The hardest thing for us is going to be teaching Fox News watchers actual fucking history
and thinking for themselves.
Oh my God, I know. Listen to that. Who's that fucking guy? American Dad, Hannity, Sean Hannity.
Oh,
Hannity, yeah. Okay.
I can't stand that guy, man. And he's just like, wow, pro-Israel, stomp the shit out of whatever country if it is the flavor of the day. The war hawk is just a piece of shit. And people go glom right onto that. He's the all-American boy,
Megan Fox, we turn her into the blood thing. She's got a vial of blood.
Excuse me, is this MK Ultra?
No. Who are you? I'm sorry. What? There's no set. MK Ultra isn't a thing.
It is MK Ultra. It says it all over in here.
How can I help you?
Well, my name's JP, and I couldn't find like an online admissions department, so I thought I'd just drop off my application.
You want to work for MK Ultra?
I want to be MK Ultra.
Like you're an asset we control?
Yeah, like indoctrinate me, activate me, and just like I'll do whatever you want. I just really want to serve my country.
I have never heard of a volunteer. Like we've never MK Ultra'd someone who wanted it. That's new for us, but we could try it. The other thing is it has to be someone who's easily distracted.
Oh my gosh, is that Britney Spears?
Yeah, it is. And she's different, isn't she?
Her career's really changed, hasn't it?
And that's not any like psychotic break that like we did or anything. She's just in her knife phase.
So creative.
Naked knife phase, we call it, or she calls it, I guess, voluntarily. I don't know why it's on, but you seem to be pretty into that. You sure you want to be on MK Ultra? You want to do this?
Well, my grandfather was in World War II. My uncle fought in Vietnam.
You see this? Denver the dog. So innocent. Look at this. And we don't want Denver to die. Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. In a second, I'm going to say giraffe sandwich. Not a thing you hear a lot. If it was a common word, you'd be going nuts. But not a lot of people ask for that. So I'm going to say that. And when I do, I want you to go down the hall. You're going to find the janitor and him. And then come back. And you won't remember any of this, okay? Sound good? All right. So your dad was in the war.
Yeah, Army, 55th Infantry Division.
My dad fought in the Navy too. Like he was in Old Navy, he was in all of them, infantry and platoon and Full Metal Jacket. He was crazy.
Oh my gosh, you must be so proud.
I mean, he was in the war. A lot of talk about the old days, huh? You know, I could sure go for a giraffe sandwich right now.
Well, if you'll excuse me, sir, I had some spicy Mexican food for lunch. Is there a bathroom down the hall I could use?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
go for it. He's going to kill him. He's killing Herb. Herb's new. Who cares?
So your father was in the Navy?
You have passed our first test.
What test?
And you passed the second test. You don't know what's going on, do you?
No. I mean, you're talking about your father's military service. Very impressive record.
You don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, platoon, Saving Private Ryan. My dad was in all that. I am proud of you. I am proud of you.
Okay.
How'd you get in here, by the way? This is a very high security area in the Pentagon.
Oh, I just told the guards that I'm trans and they didn't really want to deal with me, so they just waved me by.
Oh, you're trans?
No, I just said that. But my boyfriend is trans.
Oh, you're gay?
No, my boyfriend is a girl.
And you've passed the third test.
Wait, what test?
That is a great thing you've done.
I don't know what I did. Thank you.
Our country is going to love you. You are perfect.
How will I know when you need me for an assignment or something?
You won't know. You won't know at all. But it'll happen and you'll suddenly realize you did it. Maybe you won't. I don't even know.
That feels very confusing to hear.
Just trust the process. Go home. Go relax. And you will discover your next assignment once it's completed.
Okay. I won't let you down.
You're going out.
I will, sir.
And listen, there's a mess outside. You don't know why, but don't slip or anything. It's just part of the Pentagon, I guess. Mary. Yeah. Listen, do we have one more ticket for the Tucker Carlson event?
Oh,
I have someone who would kill to get in. You know what I mean when I do that, because also the pun of the other way.
Hey, did you know there's one phase?
Good one, yeah.
Actually, didn't mind that.
But yeah.
What's that?
But
Luke?
the end was fucked up
said,
because I think
I don't usually like that bloke, but that other actor who was
new
playing
one.
the MK Ultra guy was pretty good.
Yeah, he was doing pretty good. Yeah. Come on, you got a prejudice against gingers, don't you? Come on now.
Yeah.
You racist fucker.
Yeah. And I'm an anti-gingite.
An anti-gingite. Oh my God. Well, fellas, I'm gonna have to shut it down. I gotta get up for work in the morning, and it comes early. So I want to thank y'all for coming on up here tonight. We had Roger and fall asleep on us, and we had D-Man up here tonight. All great people out in the audience. Love everybody out there. We're getting new people. I'm seeing new names and stuff coming in. Well, so OA says that their dad was in the movie The 300. That's pretty cool. So anyway, thank you all for coming on tonight. And as we always tell everyone at home, don't forget the Lord loves a working man. Don't ever, ever, ever trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of him, because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, it probably wasn't meant for you. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Don't forget to subscribe to the Rumble channel.